Hi, we're back.
Hello, we are back.
We
Aloha.
So I loved cutting off a conversation by saying we're live, and they were, and
I don't fully believe it either. You know, when you said, I was like, "What?" Because you don't do the countdown. You don't go 5.
No,
4.
I
If you
don't.
did that, if you did that, I'd be like, "Oh, okay."
I've done it with previous streams with the countdowns, and it doesn't always match up. So some streams I can do it, some streams I can't, because it's just how the video is made and how the crossover makes as well. It's a whole thing.
Well, okay.
Transcontinental connections are right, but
That's a thing too. That's a total thing too. But we're back. Hi, everybody.
Greetings, world.
There's so much enthusiasm. Yay.
run.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like you're right. I was thinking like we're all from different parts of the world. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty normal.
We cover
That's all
like
I got.
if you put it into like boxes, we cover most of it.
Yeah, right.
It's like the one thing is I've never had a cast member out of all the 20 plus that we've got currently active stream like on the channel, let alone all the previous probably another 20 plus. Never had someone in my own state, which is really weird for me. Yeah.
Huh. And you're in the most populated state in Australia, right?
One of two, yeah. It's really weird, and yet we've got 2 people in the same time zone, and that's it. Only 2 people in the same time zone, normally. Anyway, we're back. We've got Syrinscape in the background for our audio. Check them out at syrinscape.com. They do amazing audio. We generally use a lot of the cyberpunk stuff for the theme for City of Mist. We also use the City of Mist 2 soundtracks which they released because they are really good for also setting the mood. So check out, they're both not sponsors, but check them out and get your own copies of them as well. Our artwork for the channel and for like at least this show and for the characters and for the background etc is done by Hidekiri Chibi. Go to twitch.tv/Hidekiri Chibi. You'll have to learn how to spell that to actually check her out. She's generally doing live commission work. She's a full-time commission artist. She's also one of our cast members. Or you can go to pistokecc.com.au. Don't leave out the AU. It's a different one without the AU. That's pretty much it with the bookkeeping. Apart from you can donate to the channel. Every donation you make helps give us stuff to pass rolls. So each $1 donation gives us essentially one chat point to spend as a plus to a roll when needed.
Unless you're in the negative, and then it's 2. So like if you have you could get up, you can get up to 0. You can get +2.
I wasn't in that discussion, but I'm okay with that because things getting hairy. Recently.
Yeah, you were in that discussion. You actively used it last session.
It saved our ass.
When it was talked about last session, I think I was not here. I think I was in the break when I wasn't here. Anyway, that's pretty much all the bookkeeping stuff. We'll do introductions. What is that? Am I right? Oh, am I missing?
You used it last session, but anyway, we'll discuss it during the next break when Karsh isn't with us.
Yeah, when I'm not here, they'll just start talking about me behind my back, which is it feels normal in this channel. Oh, so normal. 4 years of being talked about when I'm not here. Oh, wait,
4 years. That's exciting.
I know, 4 years. Anyway, back to this game. Let's do introductions. Don't worry, Viv, you'll be last, so you can actually have an idea. Oh yeah, we've got Viv too, but so
brand new.
I'll try to put like instead of Viv, what's the other name? Because I can't do it.
Oblivivian.
Oblivivian.
Yeah.
Oblivivian.
Yeah.
Oblivivian.
I stuffed it up so much in the pre-show I was allowed to say Viv. Because my brain doesn't work that way sometimes. Wolf.
Hi, I'm Wolf of Red Roses. I'm playing Corvus Castle, the early childhood education professor and the avatar of the Grim Reaper. So far, everything has been going my way. No real problems to speak of. It's all sunshine and roses on my end.
Deception, sir.
I don't know if that's actually accurate, but we'll go with it.
Hey, listen. Doesn't matter if it's accurate. It's what I said.
Apparently, let's go with the total bullshit theme. Hi, my name's Karsh the Goblin. I play Chuck, the brains of the group.
I mean, you do use your head the most, I suppose.
Yeah, as a battering ram.
I wasn't going to specify how.
How else do you tackle doors or cars? But yeah, let's do the line thing. Hi, I play Chuck, the brains of the group, who's really great at tactics because he's got the coach's playbook. Paul?
Oh, hello everybody. My name's Paul. I play Penny Roberts. She's a reporter for Euston University, but none of that. She's actually a Pulitzer-winning artist, and she does lots of puff pieces for the president of the United wherever
City.
we are.
United Mist.
The president of the
City of Mist.
Good old president of the city.
Okay, so hi guys. My name's Vivian. I go by Viv. I am playing Mavis Thorn. She is the Rift of. Do I say Rift or Avatar? Rift of the Good Witch. Anyone can guess what that is at some point. But she is actually the living embodiment of Edgar Allan Poe. Like on Earth, just reincarnated.
I like that.
That's a lie. But.
Do we discuss what you're doing in your personal life then in these modern
what's underneath
times?
the floorboards and many other wonderful references one could make.
I was going with the real life weird things that Edgar Allan Poe did.
I think you and the Grim Reaper would get along perfectly.
We'll see.
I also want to point out just some general knowledge. Lark and Poe, the descendants of Edgar Allan Poe.
Nice.
I like Lark and Poe. And our mistress of ceremonies.
I am Polly, and I play everybody else in the world and the world. We will now return to our story. When last we met, the crew, the PCs, defeated the arch-evil criminal Maximilian Drake, who was brought down in the midst of attempting to create a park whereby rifts would come in and be defeated according to their own or by following their rift compulsions. However, he was not able to survive the power of our crew. Since then, about a month has passed, and that's when the story will pick up once we complete the move that before every session, or at the beginning of every session, there is a move called voice over monologue. And today we use that in our game here to sort of do a summary of the previous session and also give you an insight into what that character is thinking. Today's voiceover monologue will be done by... I don't remember.
It was Penny. I was like, did you want us to say it all in unison? What are you trying to build here?
It's like
That
Penny.
would be moi.
Penny.
Penny has been elected and she has busted out her diary of events because she needs time to put down onto pen and paper what she felt during the past only a few days of absolute pure insanity that is now her existence in this current situation. So yeah, she'll get our diary and she'll start writing down, "Dear diary, it has been a time. It's been a time, not a fun time, just a time. I have probably eaten 10 pounds of ice cream in the past 2 days of various flavors. First, we were tracking down a missing person who turns out is no longer missing because she's dead. Also turns out that she was a giantess, which was not something I'd ever write or take pictures of or ever think would happen, but apparently is a thing. And then after we found her body, we tried to talk to various police connections that some other members of the group have, which felt very strange, but they have them. I guess they get up to this kind of stuff often. I'm very concerned for my well-being at this point. The police officer mentioned that his partner had gone missing, so we double-timed over to the carnival grounds, where we assumed this was taking place, and unfortunately we were more right about that than we ever wanted to be. Because what we entered was a carnival of horrors, directed by a B-list movie artist, and yes, Arla, quite right. It was something out of a horror movie. It was terrible. It was terrifying. First, we get chased around by these pitfall traps, and wherever we step, there could be some fall that leads us to some unknown destination. Chuck falls in, and Samantha is there as well. She comes out of the corner of my eye. Chuck runs in, I think, to try and help her. I've got no idea. Chuck runs and helps her, comes out the other side. Luckily, I was with Corvus, and Corvus was very calm in this terrible situation. I guess he's used to these kind of things. I don't really know. I need more ice cream. It's interesting. So we then went to the center of the carnival grounds. We spotted what seemed to be some kind of control center full of wires, which we thought maybe had something to do with what was going on. Out of the corner of our eyes, we spotted some psychopath dressed up in a weird-looking mask across a bridge, and we were like, okay, that's definitely not cool kind of situation, but actually it was kind of cool situation. Anyway, we got past all that, and we managed to find a motel. When we got to the motel, we noticed that the sign-in book had some names written on it. Very interesting names, including one that we assumed was maybe the missing police detective. As we located that place, we were set upon by some monstrosities I cannot possibly write down, but they were truly terrifying. And Corvus unleashed something I never want to see again. He mutilated those people. I don't know what they were planning to do. I can't imagine it was very good, but he killed them. He murdered them. They're all dead. Yes, Arla, the Wilhelm effect.
They were trying to be nice, I'm sure. And then
one of them had an iron jaw, and he ripped it straight off. I don't want to recall. And then we found a secret underground passage. We managed to infiltrate the area. There we found the ringleader, who had a very funny voice, but was clearly utterly insane. Like, he would lost the plot, kind of insane. And then we met up with Chuck and, well, the remains of Sam, who seemed to have fallen into a very large pit and most likely also perished. It was later brought to my attention that we also found a policeman who was in one of the hotel rooms, mutilated in one of the bathrooms. Needless to say, I have seen more death than I possibly could have ever expected to see. Chuck later told me that his adventures were crazy and absolutely off the pole. Flying books. Sam apparently had her uses and did something with a beam, and he had a conversation with the big bad guy as well. But honestly, it was really hard to kind of make it out from what Chuck told me, because I didn't know how much of it was real and how much of what the hell was going on was actually just him trying to take the mick. We were stuck in the hospital bed for quite a long time, and I was a bit high. It ended with Chuck literally spearing through a mechanical monstrosity, basically Iron Man. And I need time to process this. The end.
That was good. Thank you for that.
A bit long, I apologize, but
detailed. No, I appreciate it. That was nice and detailed. It makes it feel like it was worth it for all of those adventures to happen, that they've been recounted here so accurately. So now where our crew usually meets is in Professor Castle's office, which is also known as the waiting room for death. Death's waiting room. What happened to
Science Room M anymore?
Well, I don't know.
We don't really use it as much after the SWAT team security people broke into it. So I mean,
You
it's
could al-
it's it's up and running again. We could always start using it again.
So a month has passed since you have left since you've left the you know the carnival of horrors, and you know what, it might make sense for us uh to go through each one of us and sort of describe what you've been up to maybe the last month or so. Just mechanically, I want people watching to know that I have allowed you to heal and eliminate any of your statuses and recover all of your burnt tags as well. So um perhaps we could go through each one of you, and you can tell us what's happened the last month, and then this will give us a chance to also get to know Mavis a little bit. So how about we start with Penny?
So after writing in her diary and staying in bed, trying to process what had just happened, she probably would have she would have spent some time just trying to associate what she saw Corvus do, what she saw these carnival people do. She's trying to justify in her head the actions that Corvus would have taken, because it was in their defense. And she knows this deep down, but being able to accept that when the mutilation and murder of these people is so vivid for someone who isn't used to that kind of thing would take quite some time.
Yeah.
So she probably spends quite a lot of the time reading books about the subject, maybe where wars had happened in other places in the world and other things have happened where people defend themselves, maybe looking at court cases because she is an investigative reporter. So she would kind of have an inkling, maybe I can fling it around this way or something else like that. So I think she spent a lot of her time just trying to process her current situation and her newfound existence within these realm of rifts and weird power-ups and people wanting to literally mutilate her.
Oh yeah, and one thing, as a perhaps newly awoken rift, or at least a rift who hasn't been through these types of adventures, you're also probably somewhat puzzled by the fact that there's not been a whole lot of reporting on what has happened over over at the abandoned fairgrounds. In fact, people who have gone there since say, "What? It just looks like it always has, an abandoned fairground." That must be at least somewhat puzzling to you. Anyway, let's move on to Chuck. What have you been up to this last month?
As part of Chuck's recovery, he's been he's been by himself for a fair bit, and being by himself, you end up talking to yourself. He doesn't have a house to go back to. He still sleeps underneath the footbridge at the university. People annoy him from time to time, but he keeps out of his way. He's also, as mentioned, talked to himself and reconnected with an old friend. Essentially, he's talking to his old childhood friend, and just keeping out of the way of everybody and doing what training he can in recovery. But it's not easy to train for the football team when you're pretty much in a full body cast, constantly in a full body cast.
That's when you just review the playbook, learn all the things.
Well, the playbook came in useful. I will say that the playbook did come in useful recently. So he's got to start running the play, like studying the plays quite a bit, and that it's just like taking time away from everybody and just isolating himself, doing things by himself for the moment.
Would you like to share any information about perhaps, changes in your character that may have otherwise occurred in the last month? Nope. All right.
Nope.
We will learn. We may learn of something later on. I don't know. Probably not. Probably there's nothing to report there. Okay. Let's do
Not
Corvus,
yet.
and then we're gonna learn. We are gonna meet our new member of the crew after we hear from Professor Castle.
Yep. So Corvus, for most of the month leading up to where we are now after the incident, was kind of operating the same he was during the incident, of business as usual. Like, he didn't seem to really change all that much from the horrible things he had done to, admittedly, probably horrible people or weird Frankenstein monsters, whatever they were. He did manage afterward to reclaim his psyche and the psychopomps that fell into the lazy river after all the mad scientist stuff went away. He scooped him back out, got him back to the office. So they're all good. All the psychopomps ended up being fine. They're, so they're all safe. So that's nice. But we kind of zoom in, like the time just passes forward. He's grading papers. He's handling the spirits of the dead who come into his office. Like he's just kind of treating it business as usual. And then like maybe 3 days before where we are now, like an alarm goes off on his phone when he's sitting in his office doing work. And it just flashes up like anniversary. And like Corvus's like eyes go a little bit wide. And then like his head sinks down. And we see him get in his car and he goes to the graveyard. He goes to a grave, someone's, we don't know whose. I do, but that's for later.
Okay.
And he's just kind of sitting there looking at it in what is the perpetual rainfall of this city. And he's just looking at it, and like the expression on his face just gets worse and worse in terms of just increasing depression as finally the weight of what he has been doing reaches him. And he just breaks down and collapses at that grave. We kind of zoom out past that. And when we rejoin him, he's in his office again. And it looks like he hasn't shaved in a few days. He hasn't been taking care of himself like he usually has. Like he's a bit unkempt. And he's just like in his office. Like he's still kind of doing the day-to-day stuff, but you can definitely tell something's going on with him.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Oh, wow. Okay, we've left some hooks for us to learn about later. Okay, we have a new member of the crew now. You have a lot of narrative openness here. Tell us who you are. Tell us about your character and how do you meet this crew. I'm gonna leave that up to you.
Yeah, so she's obviously not the embodiment of Edgar Allan Poe, unfortunately. So Mavis Thorn, also known as Maeve, she's a young college student. She's been going to college for like a couple years now. She's probably pretty close to graduating. She's a literature student. She focuses mostly on poetry for herself. She likes writing poems. She likes researching dead poets and like talking about how great they were, and maybe sometimes a little bit pretentious and quotes them randomly during sentences. She's very goth, and that has that has caused a lot of rift in her social life. So she doesn't have too many friends in college. Part of it might just be her own like fear of people not liking her as well. But Maeve eventually found this, she was a normal person going through her life, and she eventually found this like toy store looking star wand somewhere. When she picked it up, she was like, oh shoot, I feel like I was supposed to touch this. She can't throw it away. She can't get rid of it. And she knows that this thing is making her see all this crazy stuff happen in the city, all this weird stuff that she hadn't seen before. And Maeve is a very, she doesn't really like that. She doesn't really like that her life is changing and shifting really rapidly. So she's been, trying to, no matter how much she throws it away, it'll just keep popping back up in her back pocket or like somewhere on her person. So she's gone into trying to research on how to get rid of curses, because that's what she thinks she is. She's cursed. Any kind of literature student would think like, oh yeah, this is a curse. Like this thing will never go away.
Yeah.
So I think, through research, she probably did find out about the crew, at least like seeing them see other things that she also saw, because she realizes that now she sees things that other people don't. And maybe, trying to figure out how to approach them for the past like couple months. Maybe it's taken a while for her to like gather the courage to even be like, okay, no, I need help. Like I can't do this by myself.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so who do you think you would have? I'm sorry, I want to develop this a little bit. Who do you think you would have approached first?
I feel like
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you're a new player, so I guess I do.
Yeah, no, put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I think I would probably have approached either Corvus or Penny, just because I feel like those are the two that would have stood out to me the most.
Okay.
Chuck probably would scare me a little bit. He's a jock. I'm like I'm not really like the most social person in the current state. So I feel like I'd probably approach like either Penny or Corvus to try to.
Okay, so let's say you approached Penny. Penny, what did you say? Or what happened? What happened when this new person approached you?
I think just very similar to what you were saying earlier, Penny's still very new to this whole rift situation as well, so she's probably equally as confused and trying to process the
That's why.
situation.
Yeah.
So she probably see like a rift on campus, right? And maybe they saw the same rift. And Penny's trying to take photos of it. She realizes the photos don't come through of the rift. That's not quite there, but it is there. She's just trying to process in her head what the hell is going on. And that would probably spark a conversation between her and Mavis, because Mavis would also be kind of like, oh, what's that? That's a bit weird, isn't it? That's a bit odd.
Yeah,
So-
Maeve is definitely. Oh, sorry. Go.
No, please do.
Maeve is definitely the type to be like, kind of avoid it, like with her eyes. Like she would see it and then she'd be like, nope, that's not happening. That's not real. Or that is real. And even if it is real, I don't want to look at it. It's not happening. So she would probably, but maybe like noticing that you noticed it, she'd be like, that's the first person that I've seen that notices that kind of stuff. Like that isn't one of the weird people doing that kind of stuff. Like, so maybe that was like the thing that sparked me to come over and like, be like, you can see that too? Like that, it's not just me.
Do you mean the little crocodile that's walking around speaking German?
Yes, yeah, I didn't know it was German, but I did see him.
Oh, I thought I'd honestly, so this is all rather new to me too. I don't really understand what's going on, but I've, met other people like you see it dancing, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, fantastic. So yes, I have met other people like us, and through a very brutal and very immediate experience, I can tell you that this world is very strange. I wouldn't say dangerous because it depends on your understanding of it, but it's certainly strange. What can I help you with? What do you want to know?
Well, I mean, I don't see, she kind of like, you could see her, she's like kind of looking around you, like at your body to like, you could tell she's like not checking you out, but she's like looking you up and down. And then she goes, did you get rid of your wand? Is it not tied to a wand? I'm so confused.
I've never had a wand. I did. No, I never had a wand. No.
I just assumed she kind of like pulls out this like dollar store looking wand. It looks like just a very golden star. It's like kind of frilly. Does not look like she should own it at all. And she goes like, you don't have one of these? Like, I thought this is what made me see stuff.
No. I saw you're not attending a children's party. It's not for like a gift or anything. It's just this is yours.
Look, ready, watch. She like takes it, and you see she just like chucks it as far as she can. And the second that it's like out of view, you just see her pull it from her back pocket. And she goes like, I cannot get rid of it. It's like tied to me.
Yeah, that's definitely part of all of this. Okay, I don't know what all of this is, but it's something to do with all of this. Yeah, definitely. Yes, okay. I don't know if the wand is what's causing you to get these things. Honestly, I don't understand it enough. I can tell you that I've never been exposed to that kind of thing, but I have felt a presence inside, and I have my own set of newfound skills, which I wouldn't normally have had if I had led my life without this stuff happening. What can you do?
Well, the wand, I can throw it, and it comes back. And that's about all I felt like I could do more with it, but I don't like this magic stuff. So I'm not really feeling it. So I was thinking like, I'm mostly trying to just get rid of it.
Oh, as far as my understanding is, we don't have any choice. I don't really get it, but I feel like this is something that you just are pushed into, whether you like it or not. I'm sorry. All the people I've met have used it as a tool.
Now, before you respond, Mavis, there's another reason why you may not necessarily believe what Penny is saying. She might not have as much information as you do. You have through your confusion, and we'll say, this is not something you want. You came across over the last couple of months, a flyer saying supernatural, a flyer that said something to the extent that free yourself of the unknown. The supernatural is not super, like, call this number, and you were able to, through calling the number, you were able to identify the name of a therapist who could help you work through this. And the name that you got was Archibald Tennant. And it turns out that Professor Tennant is a professor of the psychic right at the university there. And you've considered going to talk to this person. And you're convinced just from the flyer and from the phone call, that this is a condition you can work past.
Yeah. I mean, I guess from my research, I found that there is a way to get rid of it. But I've been very hesitant to go because I don't really believe in therapy all that much.
It's a therapist?
Yeah. Gosh, it was Archibald what? Sorry, repeat the last name.
Tennant, Tennant, professor of the psychic.
Yeah. He's
Payne University.
If there wasn't a dancing dinosaur over there speaking German, I would. A dancing crocodile. So they kind of are dinosaurs. Whatever. If that wasn't happening, I would dismiss it as quite clearly a scam or something else of that nature. But clearly, why would it be surprising that a therapist could solve this particular problem? I think you need to meet some friends of mine. I think you need a broader perspective, maybe. So these guys are way more experienced with dealing with their powers than I am. Maybe they can give you some more information.
That's a perfect place to now cut to whatever sort of short time later where you're all meeting. Where are you? Are you in Science Room M? Are you in the good Professor Castle's office? Where are you?
I'd probably send a text to Chuck and Corvus, letting them know that I found a interesting rift who appears to have some new information about ways of getting rid of the powers, and wondered if they wanted to meet her, maybe find out what she knows.
Does she know the fisherman?
Do you know the fisherman? He just sometimes appears in some hallucination or something.
Do I know the fisherman? Do I know the Muffin Man?
Where's the milkman?
Okay. So, Polly, would I know the fisherman?
No. I mean, the only person that's ever seen some fisherman is Chuck. So, like, nobody really knows anything. Like, Chuck's just like Chuck could be delusional for all anybody.
Just be one of the many concussions finally took its toll.
Okay, so the person who asked that was Chuck. You'll meet him later, but he has been on some serious medication for some serious injuries related to all of this. So, forgive him if he's a bit.
I can forgive a lot of things, so don't worry about it. No, but I've never seen any kind of fisherman before.
Okay, it's probably for the best.
So where are you now?
Do you reckon Corvus would want to meet in the room, or do you
we
reckon
haven't
he
heard
would run
from
a
Corvus yet. What's up? What's your
Corvus is in his slump right now. He'd probably respond of, sure, just let me know when you want to meet.
Yeah, fine.
It's not like you can get the sense from the text. It's not the same kind of brushing off of he doesn't really feel anything. This is definitely more of a brushing off because he's just in a certain mood of being depressed, where you don't want to really talk to people, but he understands that he still has obligations, so he's doing it.
Okay, so a student in need may trigger something, you reckon? So maybe like a day later, and me and Mavis can compare notes.
I mean, once again, Corvus has said he doesn't care when you want to meet, just let him know. The implication
the next day.
Yeah. Once again, what would Mavis feel more comfortable with, like a professor's office or a science room in terms of meeting? Because I assume this would also be based on that preference.
She has no preference. She's kind of just like, she'd be willing to meet in like the common areas to talk about this if it would get fix her problems. So like honestly, she's pretty open to locations.
Under the bridge?
N-O. Meet in my office.
Let us pause right there. And
But I just woke up.
well, okay, you wake up under your bridge, and standing over you is the private investigator in his tan suit with fedora, your good friend Holiday.
Oh,
And
no.
you know, Chuck.
Oh God, not you again.
Chuck, we got a problem.
Hey, I did nothing. I did nothing. I tried to save her. And we weren't even dating.
You and your friends did something. I wasn't the only person who lost somebody close to me thanks to you and your friends. I'm not going to pretend that I have any idea what's going on here, but I'll tell you who wants answers.
The fisherman?
Ellie Woodsworth. You killed the person close to her too. Now, I haven't reported any of this because I don't know how you did it. You and your friends.
We didn't kill Ellie Wilbur. Wait.
Ellie's wife, Pauline Woodsworth.
We didn't.
They were going to build a life together, Chuck. I suggest you talk to her. And maybe...
I've never met the person.
Tell your friends. Go see Ellie. He turns and he walks away.
Look, if it's anything, here's the one thing
He turns around. What?
Here's Goldie's phone.
You can see he looks at it. And for a second, you see the mist. You see his eyes are a little bit misty. Just go see Ellie. And he sort of turns to walk away again, and he'll walk away if you don't call him back.
We never dated. She was a bit weird, but...
I don't care about that now. She's gone.
I tried to save her. I mean, if it's anything, she tried to save me to, like, stop, and that's how she died, by saving someone else, which I didn't think was in her character.
He's at a loss for words. Will you go see Ellie?
I'll speak to people and... How did you find me? Why does everyone ever find... Oh. Look, I'll go speak to Ellie. But we had nothing to do with all that. It was a weird freak that was out to kill people, that seemed to do things.
You think for a second you see a light of recognition in his eye for a second. You know, when you said like there's people out to kill people, you think he might have, you know, there's a light bulb that went on, but it quickly dissipates, and he looks back down at the phone. He's like, look, I think I've said what I need to say here. And he tries again to walk away.
What were you doing in that? Like, were you investigating, or was Goldie investigating that? Like, how are you linked to that weird murderer in the a carnival? What was going on?
He disappears into the fog.
Into
he's
the
gone.
bushes, into the hedge.
Yeah, you don't know. He's gone.
Homer Simpson just fading back into the hedge.
And the scene fades to black. We cut over.
Before you fade to black?
Yeah.
I've had far too many concussions, I think. I might have to see a shrink at some point. And at that, some unknown figure just nods his head from above.
Oh,
But we're not going to go into that. Now you can fade to black.
Fade to black. And the scene opens in Science Room M, we'll say. And the whole crew is there with our new member, Mavis, chatting enjoyably, I assume. We'll say in the early afternoon.
How are you
emails?
looking? Corvus, how are you? You look How are you?
I'm here, and we'll leave it at that for right now.
Is this for November? Like the not shaving?
No, Chuck, it is not. It is from something else.
Because it's January.
Sure, I don't. Whatever, I don't.
Well,
hello.
I've been doing. Please carry on.
Right. Hello, Mavis. That's your name, correct?
Yeah, it's Maeve, but yeah.
Maeve, fine. All right. So you recently discovered you have powers, yada yada yada, seeing things that you've never seen before. That sort of deal.
I mean, powers. I wouldn't say powers. I just have this cursed item thing. Normal story stuff that you read. I just have to get rid of it. Then no more magic stuff, right? So
no. I've never seen someone manage to stop seeing things once they've started. So my answer to that is no, but Chuck, maybe you've met someone. I don't know.
I find if you get hit in the head enough, you stop seeing things.
But that's because you go unconscious, Chuck.
Yeah, but then you start talking to the fisherman, which is a weirdo.
Yeah.
Sure. Anyway, it's fine. You don't want whatever it is you have. That's understandable. Sorry, I don't have a good answer for you, but I don't know if there's a way to get rid of this thing. Everyone I've ever met who has been a part of this world, who does what we do, hasn't gotten out of it peacefully.
Maeve is kind of like not. You could tell that she's like very quiet and she's like trying to think a lot, and she's very in her head right now about options and stuff to do.
I meant to, if I may intrude for a moment, I meant to, since Mavis and Penny now have built up a little bit of history together, I would like to award each of you a help point on each other if you would like to take it. Yeah.
Cool.
There you go. You may continue.
I heard that, like, speaking of which, about getting rid of things, and I was visited by someone. I don't know if I was asleep or if I was concussed, or even awake. But Hollywood, whatever his name is, Holiday.
The detective
Sam's
who was
boyfriend.
Right.
Your
Sure.
nemesis.
The Detective Holiday, yes.
He said that we probably should speak to Ellie Woodsworth. I don't think she liked. I think she might be blaming us for the death of her wife.
That's terrible.
So I don't.
I left Ellie a letter, a penned letter, and I also sent her a text on the messaging thing that do sign me up for. So hopefully she would have known something in advance.
Maybe she can't
Oh.
read. That happens a lot on the football team.
Also, like I suppose that doesn't make a difference. We did report the body to the police, so but the body was gone. But it wouldn't make sense for us to report it if we also murdered them.
And the policeman that we reported the body to also died.
Yeah, sorry, Maeve. This is a complicated situation. I apologize. You're getting thrown in the deep end, but we did come across a body of some. We were trying to help find someone's love. Her wife had gone missing, and we tried to find out where she went. And we came across the body. She turned out to be one like us. You know, she could see the weird stuff, all that.
Well,
I'm
Ellie,
not like
I don't.
you.
Yeah, I was about to say Ellie never. Pauline was one of us. Ellie, I don't think was.
Yes, Pauline, the one that died, was the person who could do all that.
And Goldie was, well, Sam. She was just weird.
She was also like us, but
No, she was not like anybody. And don't mean in a good way.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, mess me, Chuck. Don't pretend like you don't.
Oh, the damn voices.
You had all that.
Oh, this damn... Ah.
But I mean, I suppose we do owe Ellie something.
I mean,
my guess is the police, whether or not Doss or her partner Quinn ever actually, they never found the body as far as I know. So I don't think they ever.
She's never going to believe us.
No, she won't, unless she's become like us, in which case she would understand what we're talking about. Otherwise, it would sound like static in her ears or something. I don't quite know. I mean,
it's very much a superhero situation.
Shouldn't we give...
what?
Yep.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, shouldn't we give, like, May the tour of our headquarters?
Welcome to Science Room M. It's Science Room M. It has the Science Room things.
You're very down at the moment. Like, I
think it's a good thing. I think he's working through some things, Chuck, and that's actually a good thing because I was kind of worried he was disassociating or something else like that. So
I think you might need some happy pills, Corvus. I heard some cheerleaders talking about them. It makes it... Wait, were they talking about drugs?
Yes.
Probably, yes.
Oh, yeah. No, let's not do that one. You might need some, like, sugar or caffeine in your diet a bit more. I heard that helps.
Well, Maeve, I believe you came across a leaflet you mentioned.
Oh, yeah. God dang, I wrote down his name and now I've lost my notes.
Archibald Tennant.
Archibald Tennant. I keep forgetting his first name and then I keep
so if
forgetting
you
his last
scroll
name.
down on the map, we actually have a thing
you
for
guys already
notes,
took the notes,
and I
okay.
took the notes on what he does.
Cool. Yeah, so yeah, I found when I was trying to research how to get rid of this ailment, I came across this flyer for Professor Tennant's he said that he can help people get rid of, or I guess like deal with their supernatural stuff. It kind of
Well,
yeah,
like the wheel turns in Corvus's head that reminds him that he also remember Drake having medicine from Professor Tennant, who shouldn't practice therapy on his students. Once again, breach of ethics. You don't do it. He's like, wait a minute. God. That's another connection. Great. Something. Professor Tennant.
Have we got an investigation? Have we got a mystery? Chuck goes to the board with some chalk and starts. Wait, no. Different board. Has anyone got a texter?
Has anyone got a what?
A marker for the board.
Oh,
it's not.
There should, like, Corvus points into one of the like drawers. It's like there should be some in there.
Gotcha.
I've got some notes if you want me to take notes.
See, this is the heart of the science room investigation. The white or the board for like to know what's going on. We've got like in the back of the room, like the computers. That's where we do like the man in the chair type stuff. And the windows, well, that's where we get the stormtroopers coming in black baggers, but that'll be later, I'm sure.
Or
Hasn't that-
hopefully not.
And that's
That
what
hasn't happened in a while. Repairs came along quite nicely, though, in the room, I will say.
Yes, we're mostly trying to help people, but at the same time trying to work our way through what we're experiencing too. That's what our gist is. Both Chuck and Corvus here have had the powers a lot longer than I. So any power-related questions, be sure to ask them.
Oh, right. You said you had a wand. Do you have that on you right now?
Yeah, she kind of, it's always sticking out of her back pocket, or like I picture like her bootleg, like a just kind of like always there. It's this, again, like this very frilly star wand that she pulls out, and she kind of holds it up very haphazardly, almost like she's like trying not to like activate it in any way. She just kind of goes like, here, yeah, this thing.
What does it do?
Expelliarmus.
That's
No?
copyrighted.
No? Damn.
She kind of tosses it away, and then reaches to her back pocket and pulls it out and holds it up. She goes, I don't think this is the actual application of it. It's just the only thing that I've learned that it can do.
If you use that as a weapon, that'd be really cool.
Well,
Like-
except it looks like cheap plastic. It looks like it would just bounce off most things. It wouldn't do anything. Maybe it does.
A
Oh, hold on.
boomerang's just a piece of wood. I mean,
Are there any buttons on it? Like, does it have sound effects?
oh,
It has like it like spins around and lights up. No, it definitely doesn't. But that.
Boom, boom.
All right. Well, first experiment, throw it at me, see what it does.
vroom, vroom,
Right. She's
vroom.
kind of like, she's like, are you sure?
I have taken probably much worse than the wand. Just throw it.
He's been shot. Trust me, he'll be fine.
Okay.
It does nothing.
Kind of throws it at you. It probably just bounces off your chest and hits the ground, and then disappears and pops up in her back pocket again.
All right. So, yes, the relocation to your back pocket is part of it, but throwing it does nothing. Have you tried casting from it?
I don't know. I just assumed that, maybe it was just like, is that even safe? Like, we don't even know what it'll do. So
I mean, we can do it outside, but one way or the other, you should probably figure out what it can do. The last thing you need is accidentally doing something you don't intend.
And Maeve, you've got a chat dice to add to your character sheet.
Oh, nice.
Thank you so much, Rivery Star. Sorry for.
that's my friend Kate. Hi, Kate. Wow.
Thanks, man.
Coming in strong. Thank you, Kate.
Kate's great. She's great.
She'll need it.
Yeah, I you know what? Maeve will just be like, okay. You only live once, right?
I know. I think we definitely should do it outside. I agree with your logic.
yes.
Also, as you know, only people of our nature can see it. So maybe that will help in your.
You can theoretically live more than once. It's the whole thing.
I've died a couple of times.
Whole thing.
Yes. Well, you haven't. I would know if you had died. I don't think you have. Been close to it though. That much I will say.
Electrocution, car accidents, tackling cars.
You have been through a lot, but he did save my life by tackling a car, by the way, maybe. Truly a heroic soul deep inside this muscular head.
Um,
Oh, right. Before we go out and test, Chuck, right on the whiteboard, Professor Tennant connection to what was Drake something? What was his first name, last name?
Maximilian Drake, I think.
I hate he has my actual first name. Whatever. on.
Maximilian Drake.
Right. Has prescribed medicine to Maximilian Drake. And then we put flyer connection as well for whatever he does. I don't know. But all I know is he
And
shouldn't
you have
be
a phone
practicing.
number. You have a phone number also,
Okay, what is the phone number?
just in case. 555.
111-555.
5'8".
It's 555 Rift.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Well, we have that written down. We'll make more connections later. We'll test the wand. We'll either go to Ellie Woodsworth or we'll contact the number and speak to Professor Tennant and figure out what to do. One or the other.
So what are your feelings about all of this, Maeve? Do you reckon you want to tag along and try and see if we can find out something about you getting rid of this wand, which is stuck posthumously to your rear for some reason? I've got a question. If you wear a different pair of pants, does it like just appear in like front pockets if you don't have any back pockets? Like, how does that work?
It sometimes goes. The back pocket is, I think, the most convenient, but I've noticed that it does sometimes appear in my boots. One time I was wearing a skirt and it just appeared in like the between my shirt and my skirt, so that was a little weird. But
Does it have to be a wand? Chuck passes you a football.
Try that.
Okay, go long.
You'd be an all-star in the team if this works.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't because the ball wouldn't go anywhere. I guess you could never fumble it. I suppose that's good. But you would have to be the quarterback at all times because no one else could touch the ball. It would just teleport to your hands. So anyway, I don't know if it is other objects. Have you tried changing the shape of the wand to something that more fits what you want it to be?
You know, sometimes I feel like it's asking me to do things and I've kind of just ignored the voice. So, you know.
Oh, you hear the voice.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Just follow the voice. It's always more fun.
It definitely feels like there's something there, doesn't there? There a voice or presence is just kind of egging you in a certain direction.
Yeah, and she's super not chill, like at all.
I mean, from my experience, it depends on whatever it is you are. So whatever's related to that wand is probably what's talking to you.
I've been talking back to the voice, and it's all cool.
Is this the fisherman or is this a different voice?
No, the other one. No, the fisherman was weird. He was talking all like haughty, like I didn't understand a word he was saying. I'm sure there was some meaning to it all. Like he felt like you ever been one of those like the social mixers? Oh, you probably wouldn't. Penny, you ever been to one of the social mixers for like the philosophy class? That's what it was like. It was just like all existential blah 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 intermixed into itself, and they're so weird. They're so full of themselves and so inwards to like. Their brains and like are so smart and yeah.
I've seen slam poetry with port. I understand.
Pretty much the same, yeah. Slam poetry is at least entertaining because you have alcohol.
That's true. That did help quite a lot.
We haven't gone through the right philosophy mixers. Anyway.
I also think poetry is pretty interesting, even without alcoholic beverages. But
you do?
Oh, you do? Yeah. How so?
I mean, it's my major, so.
Oh, you're a poetry major, so you've chosen to study.
Yeah.
But it's just words, isn't it?
I mean, a lot of things are just words. Words have importance. Moving on.
That's very true. I certainly use them all the time in my business.
So yes, we'll go outside, test the wand. From there, we'll do whatever we're doing next.
The sun starts to go down. You've been talking for so long. It's getting a little bit darker out. You go outside, and there's a wand. What happens?
I think Maeve is kind of like, like she's shaking a little bit. She's never really wanted to try it out. So she kind of just looks at it. She looks back a little bit and she goes, if I should die, think only this of me.
I will certainly know if you die. Don't worry about that.
You're in control, mate. You got this.
She kind of just like takes it.
Go ahead.
Huh? So it's okay.
I was gonna make a joke.
No, what's the joke? What's the joke?
I was gonna say, if the wand just kills you, that's a real bad power to have. It's like, this wand just kills me. Only me. It's bad.
Only me.
The most useless wand in the world.
Has one spell: kill person holding wand.
She kind of just like closes her eyes and does like a quick like flick motion, just like because that's what it's been telling her to do, that to just do like a flick motion, and you see bubbles start to like come out of it, like these very colorful and like I guess fluorescent like purple bubbles start to come out of it, and they start to float around in the air for a little bit until they like float off into the distance. She's kind of like one eye open, like trying to like see what happens. She goes, "Oh, that's fancy."
Chuck's trying to go around popping them.
I was about to say,
ask you this. I've got a question for you. What's going on in your head? Okay, so like you're flicking the wand. What are you thinking in your head at that time? I asked for a reason.
I think the voice was telling her to create. So she just like her brain just she flicked it, she was thinking like, create something. And that's what was created from it, was these bubbles coming out of it from the
just anything. Create something.
Yeah,
anything.
But I think you think the actual wand's application was to create bubbles, but I think it's just like in her brain she's like, create them. Like that's what it's doing, is creating, making.
Roll take the risk.
Take the risk. Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So can I add tags or?
Oh, of course. Of course you can.
Probably add the bubble magic tag that you have.
If you succeed, I'll let you choose, a positive status to give yourself, because it's sort of random, if you fail.
Yeah.
If you fail, Chuck's probably getting into trouble because Chuck's trying to go on and pop the bubbles.
Yeah.
The bubbles.
I have
the soap bombs.
We just got him out of the hospital.
Oh,
throw him in the van. Get him back.
He's finally fresh.
So I have bubble magic, and then I think one of my tags is breathing meditation to keep myself calm. So I feel like that could probably help.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
That's fine. I don't want you to fail this hard. Like it's
There's not degrees of failure. There's only degrees of success, one of which is failure.
Well, to take the risk is pretty. It's a tough roll.
Mild success.
Mild success. Perfect. Okay. So I want you to narrate. Okay, so the bubbles come. Give yourself one positive status and one negative status, just to show the chaos. This is your creativity moment. A positive 2 status and a well 2 statuses of tier 2, one that's good and one that's bad. That happens.
Okay, so I think when they come out, I'm like peeking with one eye, like open, haphazardly, and I would definitely be a little bit like joyous, like something happened, like oh shoot, something happened, and like it didn't kill me or anybody around me.
Yeah.
And I think I think the bubbles would as they come out, they're floating, and I maybe like go to touch one and it like pops. And that could be like my negative status, is that it kind of blew up a little bit on me and I go flying backwards.
Okay.
What does that mean for Chuck?
So I would.
Yeah, how many of us have to now face danger because these bubbles apparently explode?
I think maybe just me.
Definitely you and Chuck. Chuck was immediately running in, pop, 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 pop. Which is perfect, by the way. It's very comical.
Yeah, I would say like probably like a hopeful tag. So like and then maybe like just a wounded kind of like or bruised tag because like went flying backwards, hit the ground.
All right, so we'll say hopeful 2 maybe.
Yeah.
Or hopeful 2, and we'll say shaken. How about shaken 2?
Shaken 2. Okay. Cool.
All right, cool. Okay, so how do you feel?
Terrified.
Hopeful and shaken.
Hopeful and shaken. That's how I
You're
feel.
good. All right, good. Okay. What are you all gonna do now?
I mean,
It's
do we want to go? Well, hold on. Do we want to go see Ellie? I have a feeling Holiday will keep bothering Chuck if we don't.
It's definitely something that the sooner the better, because I feel like we need. Honestly, personally, I feel like I want to be there for her as well, because she's just gone through a terrible loss. I'm not sure what I'm going to say to her, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know how to explain all this.
Well, when the coach like talks to the players that have like been broken up with with their girlfriend or something like that, he always talks about like taking them to to somewhere like, I think he called it the Red Rose, or it was something like that, or was it the Pink Pussycat?
Okay. That is certainly not something a coach should be doing with the students. That's a whole different issue.
He doesn't take him apparently it's like he's shout or something. I think it's like a bar or something like that.
Sure, we'll go with that. I say we go see Ellie. Maybe we can give her some levity to whatever she's feeling.
Do your bubbles float? Like, can you float people in them?
I mean, that's the first time I've had them come out, so I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I would recommend in your spare time in an open field or something, practicing a little bit. Because once again, I don't trust that you're going to be rid of it, and it's better to know what you can do than not.
Is there a reflection in these bubbles? I'm going to take a closer inspection.
I think maybe, but they're like they look like they're filled with like purple smoke that's like spinning around in it. So, maybe.
Okay.
Slight reflection.
Taking some photos for a bit of research later.
Yeah, like Corvus starts pulling the van around for us to go visit Ellie.
Right. Okay. So let's fade to black right there, and we'll cut to the. Okay, so you make your way downtown, uneventfully, but it is drizzling like it usually is. There's a slight roll of thunder. It's getting, it's not quite dark yet, but the sun is low on the horizon. You're in the midst of the evening commute. People are leaving their buildings. You pull up outside of the brick building that you've been to several times in the past. It is the home of, with the former home of Pauline Woodsworth, still current home of Ellie Woodsworth. It's been a month since you've had any communication with anybody related to this case. You haven't heard from Ellie directly, but you do feel some trepidation going up to the door. There's the buttons there that you can buzz for the various apartments. As you recall, there's a glass door. There's a whole glass front, and you can see that there is a place for a doorman. There's no doorman there right now inside the lobby that you can see, but then there's the elevators that you are familiar with, that you've seen.
Does it look like she's accepted all of her letters, or are the letters just piling up inside of her box?
From what you can tell, there's no excess letters. You have no reason to believe that she hasn't gotten your letter.
Just out of habit, I keep an eye out and just like see if we're being watched. And
if you want that to mean anything, you can roll investigate.
no, it's just like last time we were here. That's when
You see nothing.
That's when someone turned up on the back of
Everything looks fine. There's nobody. There's nobody watching you so far as you can tell.
I hit the buzzer for.
You've
Ellie's
never
apartment.
felt safer. Okay. A voice crackles in the intercom, and you recognize it does sound like Ellie. Yes.
This is Corvus. We were told to come see you.
You can hear the door. The door buzzes.
I open.
Do all
Ellie,
go
I
in?
hope you're okay. We're coming in.
You can hear. Okay, so while you're saying hi, Ellie, you can hear. It's clear that she has a handset phone. She picks up the talking to the intercom. You can just hear it slam down.
Oh, this is not going to be a fun conversation.
No, of course it isn't. When is it ever?
Can I just stay outside?
If you want.
Yes, that's actually for the best. Please stay outside and keep an eye out.
Cool. I might
I don't leave the keys of the van anywhere near him though. Those are in my pocket.
Go for a joyride.
if there's any trouble, I'll go. I'll tackle any incoming cars that come after you.
Yeah, who has the keys right now? Just out of curiosity. Okay.
What do you want to do, Maeve? Do you want to come in or do you want to stay out here?
Maeve is a bit unrelated. I don't think having a stranger be there will be any better unless maybe that wand gets people over the loss of a loved one.
The bubbles are always a pleasure, but...
Yeah, I'd better just stay out here. I can just play with them right now and try to figure out what I can do a little bit.
Well, don't do that with the crowded street, or do. You know what? It's fine either way. And Corvus just goes inside.
Follows quickly afterwards. Back in a sec.
Well, okay. So you make your way. So did we ever decide what floor?
Yes, it was because I remember going out her window. It was the first floor.
Yeah. Okay.
Out her window. It was just the first floor because it's like, yeah, you just jump out the window onto the street. It's like, okay, yeah, there's no problem.
Yeah, I
I'd
thought
like
I
to-
remembered that. Okay. Go ahead.
Just going to grab Corvus for a very quick second as we're going up the stairs and just say...
They've moved to the highest point in the building since. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, perfect. Then we have a minute.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll jump out a window up there too. It won't do anything. I've done it in the past.
Suddenly lays the sharks.
I've killed sharks before. I'll do it again.
Well, she's just going to grab Corvus and just say very simply, it certainly feels like you're a lot more you, honestly, than you have been recently. I don't really know you that well, but from what I could tell, you went through quite a dramatic shift. And I just wanted to tell you, after quite a dramatic shift in my own life and a lot of time processing things, I just wanted to thank you. Because if you hadn't done what you had to do, we probably would have also died just like those others in that area. So I just wanted to say thank you for that.
I appreciate that. Know that the safety of at least you, Chuck, and now potentially Mavis is a priority when we're on these things. I know I can't really protect you. I can only really protect myself in terms of oncoming damage, but I will at least try to eliminate threats as they come up for you.
Well, if I do end up being unprotectable, I want you to bring me back and at least tell me a few jokes before I move on to whatever's next.
I will do my best. And yeah,
So you make your way down the hall to the front door, and you knock on the door. Ellie, you recognize her face. She looks different from when you last saw her. She's disheveled. She looks like she hasn't slept in a long time. Her hair is uncombed. It looks a little bit discolored. Her skin looks not as vibrant as it did before. It even looks a little bit bluish, strangely enough. And she wordlessly kind of gestures for you to come in.
Corvus will enter first, just in case there's some kind of weird trap that goes off. And You never know.
So is Chuck there too? I can't remember. Is it all three? Okay. So the two of you come in. She closes the door behind you. She latches the deadbolt.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Ellie. I only met you very recently, and I'm sorry I didn't know your wife, but I am so sorry.
David! Holiday told me the whole thing, and you could see, like...
Holiday told you his story.
Her tired eyes start to, like, look less tired and more intense. She seems, to you, a completely different person. And you can tell that she's not really interested in listening. In fact, she has a custom move, and when she enters the scene, in this case, she's going to be raging too.
I'm still going to say my piece anyway, Ellie. I'm sorry for your loss. We had nothing to do with it, all right? We were trying to help. You may not feel that now, and fair enough, but you have to hear our story of events. You can't trust what Holiday's telling you. Not blindly, dear.
Would you like to roll convince or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Say what you're going to say and then roll convince.
I'm just going to tell her we found our way to the carnival grounds by looking at David Nugan's apartment. He had some investments with your wife. We managed to track down that connection. And then from there, we went to the carnival where sadly we discovered your wife. We just called the cops immediately. Corvus had some connections with some detectives and the police. They were immediately informed, and I immediately began penning you that letter, which hopefully you did receive. And then I'll roll.
It seems like a lifetime ago. Go ahead and get ready to roll. Look for what tags. In response, she says, without any further, we'll see what your roll result is. But she says, "It seems like an eternity since I got that letter. When I read it, I felt like my life was taken away from me. But since then," and she looks away, "I've been reborn. And I've learned that there's so much more out there than I knew before. But I've also learned that your letter was a lie. And, well, I'll wait for you to roll before I..."
Well, we've got two power tags. Talk anyone into anything, which I feel like is relevant because I'm trying to get her.
That's pretty relevant, I would say.
Yeah, pretty broad. And then talk my way out of anything.
Excellent.
Definitely talking your way out of being accused of murder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to apply the weakness tag accidental offense, which I feel like is perfect for this situation.
Oh, that is. Okay.
So the power of 1. We will roll convince, which is a miss.
Miss. She does not believe you. Suddenly you see her, the slight tinge of blue makes her face turns completely blue. Her hair turns red, as even more red than mine. In fact, it bursts into flames. She levitates off the ground about a couple of feet, and she, with a swing of her arm, it doesn't even touch you, but some invisible force hits you hard. Boom! And you will take pushed back 3. You're like pushed against the wall, so you're pushed back 3. You cannot approach her. However, you could, if you can tell me how you're going to face danger against this invisible force that's at you, you could roll face danger.
Is this just Penny?
This is just Penny.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd imagine I would have walked up trying to explain the situation, and then she responded with. The only
I'll
thing
give you a move in a second, Corvus.
I don't think Penny would. I think she would have tried to explain her situation. She's still kind of new to this whole situation, especially those involving actual violence. Like, she wasn't able to dodge out of the way of that psychopath in the suit either, in her mind. So I don't think she would. I think she'd just take the hit.
Okay, so you're pushed back 3. Now you're against this wall. And if you try to get off the wall, you're going to have to face the 3 status Corvus. All of a sudden, boom, this goes bad fast. You see flaming hair. You see somebody lifting off from the ground, obviously not willing to listen. What do you do?
So, okay.
You killed my wife!
No, we didn't, and I can prove it. And he snaps his fingers, and he's going to summon the ghost of Pauline to this room to explain what happened. She's now apparently a rift, so she'll see the ghost and talk to her.
What makes you think she's a rift?
I don't know. Who could say?
Oh,
all right.
Sorry, a third eye opens in her head.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's the real indication that this is magic, the third eye. All right, so I'm going to use the Souls of the Dead.
Okay.
I'm going to use How to Read a Person, because I figure we can't get through to her. She'll never trust what we say. She might trust what Pauline says, though.
Yeah, but then it might be a trick. This sounds like it's going to be a go toe-to-toe.
Either or. Who knows? Then Aura of Death to get the place good enough to summon a ghost, and then finally Calming Presence to try and calm her down, to be like, hey, Pauline's here. She'll tell you what really happened. Just calm yourself down.
Okay.
And I'll use the weakness tag, Haunted.
Okay.
All right. So you said go toe-to-toe, you said?
Yeah, unless you think there's something... Whenever
The only
I
thing I could
suggest
think of
something,
is-
always... You go ahead.
The only thing I could think of is this is more, I'm not trying to really fight. I'm trying to convince her of something. That's the only thing I could imagine would be different.
Well, you can choose. Like, if you do go toe-to-toe, I think it's go toe-to-toe because she might not believe you and she might have a counter, you know.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Might be upset also. Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Sorry. No, I think it's just go toe-to-toe power of 3. Great success.
Oh, okay, you did it.
All right. So I am going to get them good. So the problem is the idea here is that Pauline. Also, let me make sure I don't have anything going on with any of my cards when I get like a 15 or higher, real quick.
Oh, and you got away with me not
Yeah.
applying Raging 2 to your roll.
Could be dynamite, couldn't
Lucky you.
Yep. Well, either way, it would have been a 13 because I rolled boxcars, baby.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It wouldn't. So you know. So yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
just
what is-
if you're out there watching, Corvus can choose 2. One is achieve
definitely-
the goal, which is bring, Pauline on, visible, if that's part of it. You could get them good, or you could block, dodge, or counter their best attempt.
That's. Can I achieve the goal of convincing her that this is actually the ghost of Pauline, like not an illusion?
Yes.
Okay, I'll achieve that.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll say yes.
All right, so I'll convince her that this is actually the ghost of Pauline. I'll say
Yeah.
that, and I'll inflict them with a tier of power. Like the opposite I'm going for here is kind of like she's now seeing the person who died again. I almost want to say like jubilant, like something of excitement and happiness of seeing the person she thought she had lost again. But I don't really know a good way of describing that.
Well,
That doesn't just counteract the rage. Because I don't want to because I can't get rid of the rage here. That's not something I can do.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that's a choice.
Yeah, so unless we can agree to give her a tier 1 status and get rid of rage as a part of this.
That sounds like the easiest way to do it. So you can
Okay.
eliminate your rage, and then I guess
We'll give her like happy surprise 1. Like I don't know once again what really
We'll
this
say-
tag.
We'll say like, we'll say rethinking 1.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. All right. Also, since I use that, I do get to mark attention on Fairy Minute Souls, which means at the end of this session, it's going to go up.
Nice.
3 attention.
Now, we'll say this. Okay, so she's not necessarily going to now attack you physically because now she's rethought. However, she does have the ability to screw with your mind a little bit because she is horrendous looking. Now you've seen a lot, so it's tough for me to figure out how to do this. But she actually has the ability to give you the status despaired too, which sounds like it would fit. So you're like, oh, not another one of these. Oh, this is the whole. Why is it that none of this works out? You know. So take despair too. You can face danger if you want to.
He
Yeah.
just had his anniversary of some grave, so definitely.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a weakness tag of horrible anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for him to face danger here. Because I think part of it is he's already feeling sad about his own thing. He doesn't care what this person's going through. Like, he more empathizes than anything of despair. So,
okay.
I guess, once again, calming presence to, like, maintain my calm despite feeling all this sadness.
Did you just use that? You cannot use it again.
Okay. Then the only one I have is able to stay focused on the task at hand. I'm going through the emotions, focusing on getting this woman to not try and murder us or destroy her own apartment or do whatever the hell she's trying to do.
Okay. Go ahead.
I think that's about it. All right. So, face danger, power of 1. Any weakness tags to apply to this? Not really. So yeah, face danger.
All right.
Mild success. So I take the sad 1.
Sad 1. Yeah. Miffed 1.
Corvus is a sad boy.
All right. Now we'll cut to outside where we now see. I don't know. What are you doing out there, Mavis?
Well, it's not just me. I think me and Chuck are out here, right?
Yeah, but I know. What are you doing specific? I'm going to put the spotlight on you.
I mean, I feel like I'm just.
You hear a ruckus, we'll say. You see like flashing lights coming from this ground floor apartment, weird colors and flames, or you see the color of fire.
I'm gonna she just kind of like looks to Chuck, who I assume, are we both in the van? Are we just sitting in the van waiting?
Yeah, they don't give me the keys.
Sitting in
not
the
even have the radio
van,
on.
as it were, huh? Okay.
So
you got a smartphone, listen to Spotify.
She goes, Chuck, do you see that up there? Isn't that where your friends went?
Yeah, last time there was an issue, they just jumped out the window.
So we're just gonna let them jump out the window?
If you want to go in, I can open the door for you.
Like open the door to the van or open the door to the
Oh no, it's just the apartment building security door.
I mean, if you think they're gonna be fine, like you know your friends more than I do.
I didn't think Corvus could grow a beard though. That was a bit weird. Like I know a lot of professors they do like the distinguished stuff. They cut the holes out of their jackets and put like the patches on. Like that's to make them look older, and like the beard's a weird one.
I don't think I was talking about okay.
Oh, you mean the screams?
And the flashing lights and the rumbling.
Yeah, we might have to deal with that.
What do you think we should do?
Well,
We cut back into the apartment where Ellie is now paused for a second. She was raging. There's still flame coming out of her hair. She's still risen up off the ground by a couple of feet. The third eye is looking around furiously. What do? You are pinned up against the wall, Penny. What do you do now?
I suppose try and check myself for damage, and then try and raise myself up to the ground and very awkwardly say, just talk to her. Say what you need to say. You may not have another chance. Just trying to convince her to communicate with Bully.
Okay, roll convince. Actually, roll go toe-to-toe.
Toe-to-toe.
Yeah, because she's not necessarily inclined to listen to you at this moment.
No, I've already
she's rethinking though.
She's rethinking, which means you could possibly. Well, it's you are using the 1 to contribute to her defeat, so you can't actually apply it to your roll. I don't think.
And
I've already used the 2 that I think would be relevant, including the weakness. I'm just going to make it flat.
I give you 1 health point because I summoned I had 1 health point still left, so I'm the one who summoned the ghost and made this a better situation. So you using that ghost to further be talk to her, she'll explain. I think gives you the health point.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
I am
go
out of help
toe-to-toe,
points
plus
and hurt
one.
points.
You have no more help or hurt points now?
For no one, yeah. I'm out of them.
Mild success. You may choose
One.
you can achieve your goal, which is there's no goal. You can get them good, inflicting a status. Tier equals power, or you can block, dodge, or counter their best attempts.
If you get her with a tier 1, it stacks with my tier 1 and becomes a tier 2.
I'm thinking of
I
the
would do
same
that.
thing. Yes, that was my logic as well. So just trying to re-emphasize that, she's seeing Pauline. This is Pauline. All the things she wanted to say to her, she now can.
She can get the truth of what happened.
So the rethinking one now it says almost we'll say now somewhat persuaded. Somewhat persuaded too. Now, keep in mind, there's a spectrum that you have to reach, and you don't know what it is.
Can only try.
But still angry, somewhat persuaded, but still angry too. And she says, quiet! She's not ready to hear it. And you can see her hand. She's still looking at Corvus, but she sees that you're trying to talk. Another invisible force comes out of her hand, and you're being crushed against the wall. You're going to take an additional pushed back 3 once again, which will stack to your previous pushback 3, but you can roll the face danger if there's some way you can face danger.
I think the only thing she would do is just go flat to the ground because she's seen this happen before now. So she's not necessarily going to accept the same attack twice.
Roll to face danger.
Face danger. Relevant power attacks. Aware of every tiny moment. So I could see her casting whatever she's casting of her hands. And
you
kind of
may
predict.
use your overpowered tag. Yes.
Thank you. From the source core book.
Yeah.
Core book full of overpowered tags.
Apparently.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Roll to face danger.
Mild success.
Hey.
Okay, so you take pushed again 2, which will stack with your pushed back 3. So we'll say you're still pushed back 3, but you have 2 additional ticks behind on top of that. So the way I track that is I say pushed back 3.2.
Got it.
I will keep track of it if you cannot, because I know.
I got it. Don't worry.
All right, back to Corvus. Wait a second. Did you already go?
I haven't gone since.
Oh, since outside.
Since outside. I have not gone since outside.
Back to Corvus. What do you do? She's like, Corvus, I don't like you. Look at my burning hair and fear me. She used to be pretty. Now she looks gross. But she's
Golemed out.
Yeah. She's like this. She's like.
So I guess, yeah, and his most authoritative voice is like, I can attempt to talk to you all day if you wanted me to. You're not going to listen to me. I've brought Pauline here to talk to you. She will tell you what happened to her. So really just talk to her. I have nothing here to really add to our conversation. She'll tell you.
She's dead and it's your fault.
She'll actively tell you it wasn't if you talk to her.
She's trying to get her attention, but you have to roll go to the still.
Sure.
What's Pauline's ghost doing on all
Pauline's
this?
They didn't kill me, but they should have saved me, but they didn't because they rolled a miss and that caused me to die.
Yeah, what can you do? All right. I was using authoritative voice, so teacher. Once again, how to read a person. I'm not telling her to talk to me. I know she won't listen to me. Talk to the ghost I summoned, please. I'm not going to use Souls of the Dead because I've already summoned the ghost. I don't think that makes sense here.
Excellent choice.
And the only other one I have is calming presence, calm down, talk to the ghost. The ghost will tell you.
Yeah, that's fine.
And -1 for being a sad boy.
Sad.
-1. And you said go toe to toe?
Yes.
Okay. Go toe to toe with the power of 2. That's a miss.
Boom. Okay. For a second, when you talk to her, she looks at Pauline, and You can see for a second she is like persuaded a little bit, like, you see a tear, I miss you. But then she, like, Pauline glitches a little bit. And that reminds her, she's dead. This is just, even if this is her, she's gone. Pauline says, no, I didn't do it. She uses these new powers she can't quite control. They're brand new, and boom! She hits you like she hit Penny, except you go flying through the window. You can take pushed back 3 through the window. The window doesn't hurt you, but you do notice, by the way, for just a second, when you break through the window, you see the shards of glass fly out into the now setting sun. They glisten a little bit in a way that, for just a second, it looked beautiful. But then you kept flying throughout, and you can face danger if you don't want to take the full 3.
Yeah, sure. Trying to think here.
See, Maeve? They come out the window.
So real quick, this is like an invisible hand of force. This is not like her whacking you with fire, correct?
No, yeah. It's just like, it's like using the force, you know.
All right, then I think the only kind of tag I can use here is can't die, never was alive. So like, this doesn't really matter to me. Like, okay, ow, kind of hurts.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, all right. That's cool. The glass is not going to affect you. I know.
Yeah. So, because
I just wanted to get the that was for the cinematic effect.
Man, I wonder if maybe glass shattering and looking really pretty has something to do with what's going on. Yeah, that's the only one.
I don't know why you would think that. I have not beaten that over your head or anything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah.
For just a second, the little shards of glass in the sunlight. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
It's not even the sunlight. The sun went down. You said that.
No, it was in the now setting sun. Dust.
All right. Yeah. So face danger, power of 1.
Okay.
Right. Great success. Haha.
All right. Boom.
So I just like
pushed out. Yeah.
Tumble out of the window and just land on my feet perfectly and just like brush myself off. Like, so annoying.
Back
Keeps
to
happening.
Mavis now. Come on now. You see your new friends fall and getting beat up. Now you're just gonna sit there in the van, no shot, right?
I mean, listen. I was following Chuck here. I don't know what's going on. This is my first time.
Don't follow Chuck.
I don't know.
You do also see Corvus like perform like just a perfect 10-point landing back on his feet after being shoved out the window.
Yeah,
like,
you're like the landing.
There's a kid down the road that just goes, "Yay!"
Wow.
Maeve got out of the van to like kind of walk towards the place just to look a little bit because she was like, maybe Chuck isn't like maybe a lot of noise.
Maybe he's not the smartest person here.
I was told that he doesn't have everything there, so maybe I should just pay. Maybe I should do something on my own. So I can, as I walk out, and I think that's like when Corvus lands on the sidewalk, and I just kind of like look at him and then look at the like window, and I go, "Are you okay?"
Oh, I'm fine. Turns out Ellie now has powers and is going a little bit mad. Claims we killed her wife. Probably should have saw this coming.
TV comes out the window.
Somewhere Holiday laughs.
Whatever. Holiday tells us to go anywhere again. Chuck.
Shit.
Tackle him.
Where's Penny?
She's... Oh, right.
You're overreacting!
Yeah, we should get back in there. And Corvus starts like walking to the window to climb back in. Like, all right.
Okay, yeah, I'll just kind of like walk up, brush.
Do you enter the broken window, Mavis? Do you go in there?
I think I'm just gonna I'm kind of like peeking in the window, like I'm trying to brush away some of the like broken glass.
You see a levitating woman with fire coming out of her head and a third eye that now zeroes in on you.
Wow, that's more eyes on me than I wanted. Oh gosh, I see what you're saying.
I see you with them.
Oh no, I'm not with them. I'm
Oh, I'm sorry then. As you were.
I kind of.
Oh, not your business, citizen. Nothing to see here.
These are the droids you're looking for.
I'm so sorry.
The voice is great.
I'm usually not this mean.
But don't worry about it. We all have our days, girl. Trust me, I've been there. I'm gonna.
But I need you to roll something.
I want to try to like.
I don't know why she just went pirate. This was kind of weird.
I don't know the situation.
Yar har fiddly dee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the situation, so maybe it's kind of like I don't really have anything to say, and I kind of feel like with the way that Corvus is acting, I don't know if I should be attacking this woman at first. I'm gonna try to calm her down. I feel like I want to try to do that. I'm very good at talking to people. I can do it. Yeah, I want to try to make her less angry. I don't know if that's a change.
I'm pretty angry, but you can try.
Well, hold on.
Pirate now.
I'm not pretty angry. I got rid of Rage 2. Rage 2 ain't
That's
bad.
right. That's right. I'm not angry. I'm very. I'm open somewhat to discussion, but I will fight you.
I will toss you out a window though at the
That's
slightest
right.
provocation.
Yes.
I've got malice nonetheless.
Yeah.
My rage subsided,
Yes.
but the
whatever rift I am has made me very mad.
I think I'll try to like not calm her down, but I guess like get her to be more convinced to listen, because I'm kind of in analyzing the situation. I can see that they're trying to like calm this woman down. They're not fighting her, so.
oh, you also see a ghost just kind of floating in the room.
I do see
Another thing.
That must be your wand doing something, I'm sure.
I like how you're closing one eye, but there would still be two eyes open.
Yeah, that's true.
Trying to be another one.
Oh yeah.
The eye patch is on the top.
So I want to try to talk her down, get her to be more open. From the general knowledge of what I know, if that's okay, if I can try that.
You can go toe to toe.
Okay, that's fine.
You would know that she's the wife of the murdered woman, because we talked about that on the way, so you would know just a bit.
And I don't know you. Were you the killer?
Maybe it was. I'm assuming I hear Penny also like yelling, like, just listen to the ghost. Just
It wasn't us. Look at her. Tell her what you need to say.
Yeah, I wanna be like, I mean, I'm not with these people per se, but I mean, maybe we could calm down a little bit. Maybe we could take it down a notch, and we could talk it out a little bit. Then I feel like words have more power than force.
Okay. I might be persuaded. I don't know.
That would depend on your role there.
I am a face character, so this is great. I'm good at this.
Okay.
So I am killing.
I don't know why I just said landlubber.
You've embraced it now. You're going all the way.
It turns out 3 eyes, flaming hair. That's a pirate stereotype.
Who knew, right? Yeah, you don't really know. You got to play to find out. That's how the system works.
Mixed
Who knew that was
cultures
a
over
pirate? Yeah,
Three eyes just means more patches to put on.
that's right. She pulls a patch out of her pocket and puts it over the third eye.
So I have a care for others. That's part of my personality. I really like care for folks, even folks that I don't really know. I also am killing her with
I'll
kindness.
buy that for now.
I'm trying to be nice,
Yeah.
as nice as I can be. And then I'm also a woman of words for my poetry. I'm like, the way that I speak, I try to like bring out my, what am I trying to say?
Pose a haiku to calm her down.
I don't think it was more of a haiku. I think it's more just like I'm very good at like forming sentences that can, give the emotions that I want. Totally fine.
Your diction is like very calm and smooth.
Yeah. I was also gonna invoke my appears unapproachable tag because I am.
If you didn't do that, I was gonna do it for you.
Good. Yeah.
Now, if you come up with a very like happy, joyful, like, hey, let's all get along, can you apply that happy 2 thing you got going on there?
Hopeful, right?
Yeah,
Humble 2, but
actually.
I have Shaken 2 as well, so I think that's just like a nat 0.
Well, okay,
I was
yeah,
gonna-
we'll say it balances out for
Yeah, I was
the
gonna add my chat luck on there from Kate a little while ago and use
Go
that
for
to
it.
calm her down. Okay, so that's a 4. No, a +3.
Thank you.
Plus
Kat.
three.
I think 4 with a -1 from your weakness,
Yeah,
so you have 3.
yeah.
That's right.
Okay, and then I'm going toe to toe.
You are going toe to toe.
All right, come on.
Great success.
Great success, do it.
Hey.
We
Yeah,
can give
I
them a
wanna-
tier 4 status now. Yay!
Yeah, I want a tier 4. I want to status that up. Convince roll, or not convince roll, but yeah.
So
Wait
what
a
are the
second.
2 things you're picking off the go toe to toe?
Oh, I have to pick 2 things. Oh gosh.
Yep.
I do wanna inflict the status, and then I guess like I could probably, since I'm like not inside the building, I'm kind of taking a defensive stance just in case she does throw an attack at me. Does that make sense, or is that?
How did you get the tier 4 status that you're gonna
I don't know.
inflict?
That's what.
Well, she has a tier 3 status on her already, plus another tier 3 status
Is
combined.
it tier
which is tier 4.
2?
Are you sure? I thought she had only a tier 2.
Was it a tier 2?
If
I
you-
might be
Tier two
mistaken.
only.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm wrong.
Almost
possible.
there, landlubber.
But now it's a tier 3, right?
Now it would be a
Yeah,
tier 3.
now
if
would
we
be a
had this.
tier 3, yeah. So we'll say really thinking hard 3. Really thinking hard 3.
Oh,
The
no,
inside
if
out
only-
characters
If only,
in her head are
if
going,
only Paul used the help point, it would have been a tier 4. He would have been.
Oh,
Oh.
well, looks like
I will say the chat point didn't come up as a +1.
Oh, no,
it was
No, it
counted.
didn't.
-1.
It's
Was it?
counted on there because you see
Okay.
power 3 with the -1. It was counted
Okay,
in there. It
just
just didn't
checking.
show up in the power
Two
thing.
Can
plus
I
one.
declare a flashback for a help point?
Too late.
Damn it.
Well, okay. So when you do that, you can see like she pauses, like you weren't with them before, so I don't care. I would like you to remove. I would like you to. Well, let's see. In retaliation, you can do one thing, or you can do 2 things. You can be now scared 3 instead of shaken 2, or you can remove hopeful 2. I will let you choose which one you want, or you can face danger,
I'm gonna face danger.
and face danger. So
The
okay.
only thing, didn't you pick block, dodge, or counter their best attempts? So does.
Oh, did you? Did you
Yeah.
choose
Oh yeah,
that?
block.
Oh,
dodge, or
then I will leave you alone this time.
I
The
win.
pirate witch.
Who is that football player out there? What would you like to do? Chuck.
Penny, phone call again.
I'm very angry. What's that?
Penny, phone call. Is everything okay in there?
No, she's gone psycho.
Oh, you could have gone for help.
I don't think this is a violent thing. We need to talk it down.
Oh, so you don't want help?
I know, please do help. Thank you.
Wait,
Puts it
wait.
down.
Not violent. Talk.
The little
I
hamster. in
exit
touchscreen.
the van and just like look in to see like the destruction inside. It's like, it does look fun. But if I'm not violent against her, it's a home wrecking party. And Chuck jumps in with his new friend.
Oh! Tell us about it. What does that
So
mean?
Chuck,
I don't know what that
so
means.
Chuck jumps into the Chuck like with Maeve standing at the window looking in and trying to calm things down. Corvus has gone back in, and Penny, I believe, is pushed up against the wall, some along the lines. Chuck jumps into the window, and then like through the bushes, a large creature ducks into the window and pushes him through and has to like
Holy snap.
has to like bend over and like head to the side. It's like, so, is this a home wrecking party? Is that what we're doing? He's like,
No, we're trying to calm it down.
You are the home wreckers! I knew it!
No.
You've ruined my life!
I think Corvus is just mostly distracted by this giant weird monster thing that entered with you.
Roll, go toe to toe to see if the what is that? What does your friend look like again? Describe me, please.
Well, tall enough to have to bend into a normal room and have to like head side and whatnot, and quite hideous looking, quite like muscular and large and off-putting. Not really the right tone and of like color and like skin tone and whatnot, and just bestial almost in nature. And I did mention a name, but I don't know if anyone caught it, but hey, that can be for later. And so toe to toe, you were saying?
Yes, go toe to toe.
Okay.
I'm going to out ugly you now, and this
Yeah,
will get us
right.
into victory.
You probably won't be afraid of the way I look then, will you?
No, I don't. No.
I'm
I don't
pretty-
actually have anything that I'm using at all.
I was about to say,
I
I
do
don't-
have a weakness
not
though.
going to be very helpful then, will it?
I know there was the other. Oh no, there we go. I no longer care about personal property.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, an ultimate fighter because we're smashing stuff, but not her.
Now, I would make a note that if you're going to try to do physical damage, it will not stack with the convincing the mental convincing that's going on right now. It will be a separate. All right then.
He's going after the property of the house.
Yeah, if she's smashing
Very
it, I'm smashing
well.
it. I'm not a talker. I'm not helping this situation. I'm sorry.
We'll see.
That's
Perhaps
Knew
this
that
will
going
work.
in.
I don't know.
I see that that's
if we
why-
get her distracted at being mad at her house being smashed, she won't be about as mad about the dead wife. We'll just refocus the anger on the present as opposed to the past.
Yeah,
Which we're causing.
Listen.
this is why Chuck sits in the van until needed. Go toe to toe.
9.
You did it. What do you? Okay. So what do you do?
I try to distract her about like the past with like, because she's smashing up her apartment, like, and I'm like, oh, so like, is that what you're doing? And just trying to get her attention by starting to smash things as well, and like having fun, like with like, just trying to get her attention off those guys. Well, and
Okay.
girls, of course. And maybe even get her attention on me, unfortunately.
All right. So we'll say what
Distracted one?
yeah, we'll say distracted by Chuck. 1.
Yeah.
And friend.
Distracted by Chuck.
Duck and
friend.
Co.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, good.
Okay, distracted for a second. So she looks toward you, and let's see here. Let's see here now. You, Chuck, have never seen. Well, and I don't know if she's gonna. You've never seen somebody so ugly or angry, except for maybe your friend, the hair flaming. Maybe you see eyes. You are now your heart starts pounding. It is palpitating too because of the demonic visage before you. Roll to face danger. Unless you just
Oh,
want
me? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The person distracting the horrible monster.
Yeah. True. Good point. Yes. I've got all these things I've got to undo from the start of the show. If she's going to try to target me, let's face it. Let's take her best shot. Well, not her best shot because I know it's going to kill me. Let's actually.
What?
No. I'll take the best. I'll take her. I'll face the danger. I have no pain receptors. I'll take her. I'll take her strength.
not pain receptors. You're just your heart is palpitating.
Yeah, you are reacting to the pure
This
ugliness
is
of this creature.
Yeah, this is an emotional.
I have no dealing with emotional. I'm just gonna have to cop it.
Roll to face danger because you can, it's just.
You can still roll good on the dice.
I know.
You never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like anything.
Oh, I
super
can miss.
You
like I
will
usually
take
do.
palpitating 2.
Cool, I'm good.
Oh.
Back to my injuries. Sorry.
All right. Palpitating 2. Corvus. Wait. Penny. I mean, wait, who's next?
It is Penny.
Penny. Yeah, we'll keep going in
Penny.
order.
Again, trying to raise herself from this force that's pushing her against the wall. This
This person
freaking
is
force
flying in front of you almost.
power. I guess.
She's turned more even dark blue almost to where you can't. It's almost black looking as night when her eyes turning more yellow.
I'm keeping on this tack because I don't want to hurt her. I'm just gonna, explain to her.
No, you don't want to hurt me like you did my wife.
We had nothing to do with that.
Ghost
How could
right
you-
here.
Lying!
How could you believe that?
I
Look at
almost
me.
believe you, but I'm still gonna pretend like I don't.
Look at me. Do I look like the kind of person that could kill her?
Shotgun
I'm a
falls out of your
student at
first
university.
Frankly, no, but I still am angry. No. Okay.
Your wife was built tough and strong, all right?
Wait,
She worked at
built
construction
stuff how? Like a Ford F... No. Built as tough as a Ford F-150.
Okay, she calms down immediately. and says,
And this show brought to you by. No,
Yeah.
no, it is not. No.
She was yours to plunder and it's been taken. You could recover your booty if you just talk to her.
That's weird words. I don't know.
okay,
Your emotional booty, emotional damage.
roll go toe to toe.
Go toe to toe. I haven't used these, so I'm going back with talk anyone to anyone, talk my way out of anything. Accidental offense, I think, is again pretty relevant. Because I don't know what I'm saying, might be right or wrong. And then I think my own type of eccentric, because I'm trying to take a different tact with this persuasion. Which is
What's
under
the one?
my
is
own
that?
type of eccentric.
Okay, yeah, sure, why not?
You seem a little bit eccentric to me.
A way of thinking and talking is a bit. Woohoo. Great success.
There you go. You have it.
Tier 2 status.
Indeed. Which
So close.
In fact, we'll say this. Her face suddenly becomes less blue. It turns to light blue, turns into flesh colored. Her hair, you see it go back into her ordinary brown hair, the smoke rising out of there. The fire alarm starts going off. Beep, beep, beep. But there's not a whole lot of smoke, so it ends very quickly. There's still broken glass out there, but she now seems like, wait a second. She says, wait. That letter came from you, didn't it?
Yes, I penned it.
You tried to tell me the truth.
Yes, of course. Immediately, as soon as we got back. You had to, I'd rather you heard it from me than some random officer who knocks on your door.
She sits down, like she sort of falls into the couch. She says, I'm sorry. Holiday showed me all these pictures, and I thought he told me what happened, but it doesn't. Now that I think about it, it doesn't make any sense. The timeline doesn't fit at all.
I mean,
I'm sorry. He has his own agenda, dear. Okay, we were just trying to help. He's trying to make a quick buck. I don't know what he's after. I'm so sorry. It's a terrible situation for you to be in. I'm just so sorry.
You can see like her mind is racing because she wasn't a rift the last you checked, right? She was just a sleeper, but now she seems to have these powers, and now you can see the look of recognition. Oh my gosh. Pauline was too, huh?
She was.
Well,
Can I tell you everything about
Well,
her
I
that we
mean,
know?
Pauline's right here. Just talk to
Yeah.
Pauline.
Yes, please do.
Pauline just floating there as a ghost.
Is she in a giant form because that's how she died, or is she in her?
She's-
normal-
She's in
Whatever,
her,
whatever her like natural form would be.
well,
what she's-
well, she would be in the form that, like, you know, would be most recognizable to Ellie if she's trying to convince Ellie.
Yeah, I think, yeah, so it looks like Pauline.
Like her human form. And then so you could see she looks, Pauline tries to talk, you know, to say something, and then Ellie says, "No, I think I understand now." She says, don't stay with me. I have to tell them something." She turns around and she looks at all of you. She says, I didn't know who to talk to after Pauline was gone. I started to see things. I started to feel things. My hair caught on fire for no reason. I mean, what that doesn't happen. So I found help. I found somebody who said they could help me, and I talked to them. I was a therapist, and she was supposed to help me, and I thought she was helping me. Do you want to know who she is?
I look forward to the sniper round coming through her head soon.
Yeah. Let's talk somewhere more private. Goes into the picture. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I called this number 555 Rift. I don't know what that meant because I saw this flyer. It appeared one day in my mailbox, kind of like how your letter did, Penny.
That was
And-
hand delivered.
Whatever. The therapist, her name is Dr. Selma Perrin, and she's with this group that helps people like us. You should talk to her. She helps. It's this place called Mending the Broken.
She
And
clearly
I'm
hasn't
broken.
helped. You are broken, but she hasn't helped you. Look what's happened. You've attacked us for believing we did this to you, and you've destroyed your wonderful home. Oh, your photos or your memories, they're all cracked.
And at that point, you hear another plate smash in the background. Oh, we're not doing this at the moment?
No, stop. Cease activity.
Sorry.
Also, your friend? Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Penny.
Hey,
other-
I'm Pauline. Look, and you hear Pauline speak up now. I don't have much time, Ellie. Let's talk.
I mean,
And
you have as
for
much
Ellie-
time as I decide you have, but okay.
I don't have much time.
Fine, I'll send you back soon.
There's a recording limit.
There's a 600 character limit.
There's a break coming up too soon too.
I mean, yes.
So why don't we say this? We will fade to black, and because I think Ellie and Pauline are going to want to catch up, and you have got the information that you, I think, have. You have a solid lead to go on, and unless there's anything else you want to ask about, I'm going to say there's probably she doesn't have a lot of information. She pretty much told you everything she has to know that's going to be relevant. Unless you want to ask other stuff, we can fade to black and take a break.
I guess just the only question I would ask is, where did you meet her, this therapist?
Oh yes, I will draw you a map there. It is right. It's near the university. It's not on the university campus, but it's where it is. It's in the old quarter.
Would anyone mind if I just throw that on the map, or did you want to do that, Holly?
Oh, I can put it on there. Oh, you go ahead.
All right, I'm just gonna put it like right around here-ish.
Yeah, we'll say it's right next to the
We can do
city.
that on the break.
It's very
Okay.
close to the city's historical society. You know where that is? It's right across the street from there.
We'll find it on the break. But either way, we're going to have a break. Is that right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking for the MC.
Time for a break.
You did get the Ford F-150 out there.
That's right. I
Oh,
did. Thank
God.
you.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes, or we'll be back in 10 minutes. Stick around. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the donations as well. They do help. One of the alerts aren't fully working, but every time the background flashes is because of the alerts happening. That's what's happening if you're wondering what the flashing lights is all about. That's when we're getting follows and whatnot. We're not getting the full alerts come through. But thank you, everyone. We're going to be back in 10 minutes. Stick around. Enjoy some of the Syrinscape audio. And we'll be back soon. See you soon.
All right.
Guys, hey, what's up?
Yep, I
Right.
know there's an issue. Just bear with me. There we go. That's the start of the issue.
Hello.
Bear with me. Yes, you can still do hi. We're live. We're good.
Okay. What's up, everybody? It's me, Polly. I'm back. We're playing a little bit of City of Mist here. And we just should I just go? Should we just go? Or are you gonna
Well, want to say one thing first. So Wolf had to bow out. Wasn't feeling well. At least made it to halfway, which is kind of why we're coming back with like only 3 people instead of 4.
That's right, I already forgot he was gone.
Wow.
You just don't care, do you?
I'm the worst.
Oh my god.
Strange. Yeah, we're actually supposed to have 2 extra people stage today, but we've got 1 instead. So
But
it
it's
could have been even
we got
weirder.
a solid ad today. Solid ad.
I just really wanted to see the bubble magic, like go in there and just like contain or blow up or something, like glitter bomb.
I didn't want to exacerbate the situation. I felt like that would just throw away everything that they were doing.
It might have done, but bubbles.
So, I think you can go back now, Polly.
All right. So we faded to black. And now we're gonna have, I believe it is time. You have calmed the fiery anger of Ellie Woodsworth, who a formerly meek, stay-at-home housewife turned pirate, I don't know, weird fiery-haired pirate death zombie being by the forces of the rift. However, you've got a little bit of information. It is similar to information you have also received from other sources, but I believe it is now time for our first downtime move. Yes, that's right. You can have the rest of I will give you the rest of the evening to yourself, and then you can regroup again the next day if that is what the party would like to do. In which case you can have your first downtime. If somebody wants to roll downtime, that would be swell. There you go. You can, during the next few hours, you can give attention to one of your Logos themes. You can work the case. You can explore your mythos. You can prepare for your next activity, or you can recover from your last activity. And I will give you this, Mavis. If you would like to recover from either one of your, well, you can recover from one or both of your statuses, but if you choose to recover from one and would like to recover from both, you can, since they're sort of linked. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll just get rid of them.
Okay. So let us take it one party, one crew member at a time. What would you like to do, Penny? what's happening. So you have about, we'll say you have 18 hours or so between, your last encounter and your planned meeting time in the early afternoon back at Science Room M.
More than enough time to make some raspberry sorbet and then go to the student press room and work my logos, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to write a report on the carnival that appeared in town last month and the people that actually came onto the campus and possible, links to crazy folk around the town. Maybe make it like a murder mystery kind of article, really playing on the drama of the situation. So I'm going to pay attention to my routine.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What is your article going to say about the carnival? What are you going to assert happened at that carnival in your written article, subject to potential libel lawsuits?
Oh, absolutely. It's a student article. It definitely falls into those forms, I'm pretty sure. Probably the article headline's probably going to be "Crazies and the Carnival."
Okay.
The double C threats. Or something else like that. Something that really grabs your attention but doesn't really make much sense.
Okay.
And then the details will just be very, very bleak, referring to old, terrifying clown movies and things like that. And then referring to the carnival goers who appeared on the campus saying, is this a premonition of more carnivals and more death to happen around these events? Let's find out.
Okay, so let me, you are aware though that most people when they go to the abandoned fairgrounds, they see abandoned fairgrounds, right?
I'm hinting at the police finding something but not telling us what it is kind of situation because the police were there and doing things, but we don't know what that was.
Conspiracies.
Conspiracy.
Okay,
it's an absolute fluff piece.
All right, good. Thank you for that. What are you doing, Chuck?
Well, Chuck's not been feeling well recently. I mean, that's generally how it works. Chuck's going to see if
palpitating.
Well, that too. But instead of going to the hospital, he goes to the coach. He's like, Coach, I know I've been on the bench for a while, but I've still been doing practice. And I've been reading stories about concussions and I don't know if I can or not, but am I able to see someone about it? And is there is a shrink or something that can deal with that? I just I start seeing things and I start it's just things are a bit weird. Do you know anyone that can help me with that? And he starts investigating.
Okay.
Shrinks.
All right. So you get
to prepare for the next activity by looking into not just through the coach, but through other staff that and just name drop if need be to see if we can get any information.
Okay, so do you want 3 juice or do you want 3 clues? Do you want to work the case essentially, or do you want to prepare for your next activity and get 3 juice?
I think clues. I can't do all 3 clues, but I think.
Here's what I'm going to tell you would be better for you. Is your coach ain't going to know a lot about any therapists that are going to be super helpful to you other than, just send you to the psych department, whatever. So why don't you take 3 juice and maybe you could make something out of it during the next.
Well, the catch is that Professor Archibald Tennant is in the psych department.
Yeah.
Of the same university.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll take the juice.
Yeah. Yeah. So whatever you do there, you'll probably be able to use the juice. We'll just. It'll probably make sense that the juice can be spent when you're in this next playing time. If you're going to go talk to Tennant, that's probably a place you can use it. And now to our newest crew member, Mavis. What do you do during your time?
Right back to my room. Knock the frick out. I'm not I just napped as long as I could. I'm really exhausted from all the stuff that happened. So I'm clearing up those tags. Probably spent most of my time sitting in my bed doing poetry, like just trying to like forget that all this crazy stuff just happened to me.
Okay, nice. Okay, so you'll get rid of those 2 statuses. You're now status free. Chuck, you have palpitating 2 still, but it's not, your heart's not going to be palpitating anymore. That was a
Attempt?
that was in-moment type of thing. So yeah, I mean I would say that if anything, you're going to be maybe, a little bit, that 2 will probably become a 1 status. So we'll say concerned 1. I don't know what the right word is. Maybe
Minor heart attack 1.
Minor.
we'll say concerned 1. We'll see
Like
if that
on
ends up
edge.
mattering at all. Okay. The scene opens in Science Room M. You see the beakers bubbling, the pitter patter of drizzle out the window. There is, you're in the middle of the day. You hear talking outside the door from students walking by, and the lights are low for whatever reason. It's the early afternoon.
Oh, good to see you all again. I believe Corvus took a day off. I think he's going on an emotional journey, so it's probably best to let him do his thing.
Did you
We
seem
have
a
a
bit
couple
off,
of
didn't
leads.
you? Like, did he seem off to you?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, he's going through something. I've sat down with some ice cream and some sorbet and had similar situations this past month and before. I'm sure he's having his own version of whatever he needs to process what's going on.
He just seemed
How
off.
was your time of your new friend? May I ask his name?
Oh, they're not new. They've been around for a while.
The giant
Oh,
figure?
it's weird that people can see now, but it's been around for a while. Yeah.
Oh. Like since you were a kid?
Yeah, I think so. Like, again,
Oh.
memory's not been all that good recently.
You have took a lot of blows in the head for us, so thank you.
I think it was the electrocution at the Opera House. That's really been the start of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you've been to the hospital several times. Have they treated you for those?
Well, it didn't help that, like, that Holiday beat me up at the hospital.
He did what?
Somewhere in the distance, you hear a laugh. Ha ha ha.
I didn't realize he attacked you. I knew you shared a room.
Yeah. It was
Oh.
when I told him that like I didn't want to date her, and like when I found out about him dating her, that I dumped her and broke her skateboard and threw it at her, and then she attacked me, and then he attacked me, and yeah, it's like, and then I think he set us up. I really think he knew what was going on there.
Absolutely, he definitely set us up. Sorry, Mavis, sorry. This person, this detective Holiday, is someone that was investigating the same kind of thing we were for. We don't really know why, but him and this Lady Samantha had their own relationship going on. Sam kind of unfortunately died.
Well,
which
before
is
that,
quite
she then took me on a date and taught me skateboarding, and I thought we were all like great, and then like found out that like I put her boyfriend in the hospital, which I didn't even know that she was dating him, so like I had to dump her, and well, yeah, she's also dead too. Yeah.
He tried sneaking out of a window and attacking us outside of a car, so we had good reason to defend ourselves. We did take him to the hospital afterwards, just so you're not thinking we're psychopaths that run around and beat up detectives.
I mean, it does sound like a lot of people die around you guys.
Well, we didn't push him out the van on the freeway. That's a plus. It's a personal growth moment.
Probably best not to mention that right at the start. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Yes, the Holiday has this this fascination with us. He thinks that we're either responsible for Sam's death or something else. I don't know. He's got an agenda, clearly. And he tried to convince Ellie, who you just met, that we were the people who killed her wife, which never would do. Never would do at all. So I think there's a slight danger to our group. So I just wanted to ask you, are you sure you want to, stick around and hang out and try and find out more with us? Because as you said, it can be dangerous.
Almost as if on cue, your phone, Mavis, starts to ring. You look at it. I assume you have your phone. If you don't have your phone, it doesn't ring. Okay, and
I
you
have
see
my phone, yeah.
you see there's a caller ID. It says 555 Rift.
Oh shoot. Okay, yeah, I'll answer. I'll answer the phone. Hello? Oh.
Yes. Is this Miss?
What is it? Thorn. Is this Miss Thorn?
Yes, this is she.
Hello. Oh, good. I'm glad to meet you. Our records show that you called our helpline not too long ago, and we wanted to see if you wanted to set up an appointment with one of our therapists. Particularly, I don't know if you're interested in seeing Dr. Tennant. The reason why I'm calling is we just happen to have a cancellation this afternoon. We could squeeze you in if you wanted to come.
I feel like the phone was already on speakerphone the second that I heard that it was from them. So I kind of just look at Penny and I just go like,
wait a second, am I on speaker?
No.
I'm sorry, I'm very hard of hearing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
This is Mavis's mum. Just making sure that it's on the down low and everything's okay because we love our baby.
Dr. Tennant's a very good therapist. It's very hard to get in. So, I'm just going down the list of potential new clients and that I check in.
Mavis, is that your boyfriend on the phone again? I call from the other end of the room.
No, dear, it's a psychiatrist.
I'm so sorry about
boyfriend
this.
Psychiatrist?
My family's a little crazy.
Seems like you might need this appointment then.
Yeah, I think what time this afternoon was it?
It'll be in like a couple of hours or so.
Okay, that's fine. I can.
We usually have our introductory appointments about an hour, and if you could come in 15 minutes early, we have some paperwork for you to fill out.
Okay, I can do all that.
Great. All right. Well, all of our. You don't have to worry about insurance or anything because all of our sessions are free. As long as you agree to, provide your information for research purposes. We're a research university. As long as that's okay, everything's free. And, we'll see you there. Okay. We'll see you in a couple hours.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
You said it was free.
Click.
I'm really sorry about that, Mavis. I didn't know what else to say.
I mean, I was just asking if I should say yes. Maybe I should have been more clear. I didn't need you to talk, though.
I haven't done that for such a long time. It's so much fun.
So, going back to putting yourself in dangerous situations to investigate, your own powers and everything else like that. This definitely counts. Where are you on the spectrum of wanting to attend this thing?
I mean, anything will point me in the direction of something that will fix this, and I feel like at some point you guys will come across a way. So you're the only people that I've met that are like me, so I might as well stick around and figure out what I can find out before.
I think what Penny is talking about is this is totally a trap.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely know.
And you don't have a good grasp on what your wand does. So I just wanted to make sure that you were okay jumping straight in because we know.
Oh, sorry. No, keep going. Sorry.
I was only going to say that I don't know if we'll be allowed to be in the same room. There are ways that. Okay, you've shown us yours. I'll happily describe mine. I have the ability to go into
That's
the world
it,
of a
really?
photograph. No, not in that way, dear. Oh, sorry, I'm still thinking you're the. Sorry. Yes, I have the ability to go to a photograph and come out somewhere else. So essentially, that's my power, my spell, whatever way you want to describe it. So if I can give you, are you okay holding onto a photograph of mine? If we can do it that way, I might be able to take you in and out of that situation with more speed.
Yeah, I can, or I could send you can you do it over cell phones? I could probably just send you a picture of the place when I get in there.
A video call will work, but a photograph is actually ideal because I already have these photographs inside the photographs. So it's kind of like a corridor situation where the doors are already set. If you're okay holding one and you trust me enough to, not take you into some wild, magical Alice in Wonderland situation.
No, that's fine. We can do that, yeah.
Give her a photograph of a corridor from the university.
And then I'm gonna say also I think I figured it out. I got the gist of it. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm sorry for calling you. I'm sorry for calling you maybe wavy. I apologize. I saw it in a movie once.
You called me maybe wavy?
I did. I thought it's what a mum would say, okay? I was in the situation. I didn't know what to do.
It works.
So-
It's all about making them the most embarrassed possible. We used to do it
That-
all the time on the football team, especially for the new recruits, for the freshmen. It's so much fun to do.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just prep to get ready to go to this appointment. I think I would spend a lot of the time trying to get a handle of the wand. I feel like I've got it down, like I know what it does, but I'm trying to just figure out its limits, I guess. I can't do that in like 3 hours, but...
Chuck, you're...
Actually, 1 hour and 40 minutes.
1 hour, 40 minutes.
1 hour, 30 minutes. 15 minutes.
Do you have any more of these friends of yours, Chuck? Because we may need the backup.
What do you mean? You mean G? No,
G,
just
yeah.
one.
Okay. Well, he's a very big one. Very useful, I'm sure.
Well, she's pretty annoying, but
Oh.
nice. Like just useful to chat with, and when I'm all alone under the bridge. Not really house trained though.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
an
so
issue.
don't let anywhere near the furniture.
Shall we cut to the scene? Should we cut to the office?
Yeah, I don't think there's any, unless there's any prep that Chuck thinks he might need to do.
I can't do like. Can we record it? If you need, like, we can. Oh, do you need to change your outfit and go incognito and go in disguise?
I think
Maybe-
I'm just going as Maeve. Oh.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you
I
really want to
don't-
do that?
I don't think I
We-
could pull off being your mum.
We can make you look like the popular girls.
I think
But I'm pretty sure we're the same age.
we are the same age, and I'm pretty sure they already have my name, so I have to go as myself.
That's okay. And Chuck pulls out his. Fuck! My ID's gone. I must have lost Charles.
Oh, that was on the theme. You lost. I see. Good role playing that in.
I must have lost Charles. Oh, now I'm not going to be able to get into.
I would give you
Into
an extra
bars.
point, but I'm not gonna.
You can always
Ollie, I love you.
you can always get like if you know people, you can get new IDs if you need be. But like the whole darkness thing, like we've got access to the theatre department. If you don't want to be so dark,
I'm good.
no.
I think the darkness thing actually kind of sells the psychiatrist aspect, so I think maybe we should keep that,
Yeah.
honestly. But
Yeah,
maybe
actually,
hide the
good point.
wand.
Oh, yeah, I'll wear. She just kind of like takes it and tucks it into a boot, and it's like completely just sucked in there.
We don't know if these guys have these powers. You know, we don't know what they can see and what they can't. And if you're able to distract them with a lovely bubble show, or as you did to yourself earlier, send them flying through the sky, that would be great.
Oh,
They don't. Ooh, sorry.
yeah.
They don't feel like bubbles. They feel like golf balls, small golf balls.
They can be golf balls. You want to play them as golf balls?
What do you think?
I was just gonna say, people like us that like can do weird shit, only we can see other people that do weird shit. So, they will probably have their own weird shit power stuff if they're investigating, or if they're asking questions, or if they can see it. So just be careful. You never know what someone can do. Like, we've seen people like, what have we seen? I saw someone turn into a shark and flood a room.
The spider. It's not just people.
Well, yeah, that spider was weird. That was ugh. There was like, what else is there? Even Sam, she could do stuff too. Yeah, she like, I can't remember what she did. She did she made something hot or cold. Yeah, she burnt my drink.
It was Goldilocks. Was
I
her.
remember that.
And Ellie's wife was a giant.
I think I get it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird stuff. It's fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah, honestly, it's very overwhelming.
but they're really dangerous people too. Like,
But I'm sure
like
yours
the
is
shark.
just the wand. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure
just
it's
have
not
to-
applies to you.
Nothing
No.
crazy.
I don't mean you're being crazy. Like, well, I don't know that yet. But like, I mean, like, there's dangerous people out there, is what I'm saying. And if they can see that you're able to do this, they have their own power. So be very careful. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
And
agreed. We don't. You seem nice. I don't want to see you go.
Yeah, and if something happens, call, scream, or something like that, and I'll just tackle the building or something.
Maybe we should set up like a. Can you put me on like speed dial to send me like a very quick text, and we can have like a letter or something, just a single letter, and it just sends it out. So if you need me to come through the photograph, me and Chuck can just blitz through and be by your side very quickly.
Well, maybe I could just
Like the quarterback sneak.
Have you on the phone, and I could say like a
Yes.
specific phrase.
Like super spies.
I feel like that could work, right?
Unless they have some way of jamming communication inside the building. We don't know how
How
these
would I
powers are going
text
to
you?
interact. I know, but like it's less obvious than an open phone call, is the only thing I'm saying.
That's fine. Yeah. I can try to text. Yeah.
Or just scream.
I don't.
Maybe if you could launch bubbles outside the window. I don't know.
I don't think that's subtle enough. But
No.
If that's not subtle enough, then just blow up the whole building.
that's a good idea. Thank you, Chuck.
Not you. They do that in movies.
Who's gonna blow up the movie? Who's gonna blow up the building?
Yeah. It worked. Like, how can you miss that?
You're right, Chuck. That's
Does the
that's a
theater
great
department have access to explosives?
idea. I mean, do you think the bubbles could blow things up? They
I mean,
could.
you went flying. They definitely have some force. I don't get it. These bubbles are different. Okay,
They hit different.
they hit different.
I wonder if we can get access. Like, I wonder if we can find the keys to like the chemistry department.
I think.
I don't think we could
in
do it
the
in an hour
time
and a
that we
half,
have,
yeah.
Probably like an hour now. We've been talking for so long.
Yeah, we might need to get you to play.
I think I'll just go and we'll see how it goes, right? I mean, obviously, that woman didn't die in her first session, so I should be fine.
You make
She
your
wasn't.
way.
She wasn't a rift before she went. Just letting you know, they may have some other agenda.
Yeah. Okay, let's just say you make your way over to the Department of the Psyche. That's what it's called. here at the university. Just as background, have you ever taken any classes here in the department?
I have not.
All
Definitely
right. Well,
not.
this is new to you. It's in it's in its own separate building, and you walk in. You sort of make your way down the hall. You find they gave you directions. We'll say, and you see the door. It says Dr. Archibald Tennant on the door, and you open it, and you can see it's just a regular sort of waiting room, and you shudder when you walk into the shrink's office. There's two comfy very looking armchairs facing one another, and you can imagine as you're sitting there, clients spilling their guts over a hot beverage, trauma, betrayal, secrets, unspeakable fantasies. These walls have heard it all. What would you tell the therapist if it were you in that chair? You're about to find out.
Ooh.
While you're sitting there, suddenly dark thoughts creep up in the back of your mind, reminding you how you fail, how many times you've come up short, all the time, every way. You feel that other clients here that have come before you must have felt the same way you do in some respects, broken beyond repair. Although in your case, it's not you that's broken. It's the wand that is breaking you. The difference is you haven't talked really about it with anybody up until now. So maybe things like that should remain buried, you consider. However, as that thought crosses your mind, suddenly you see an older gentleman with a tweed sport coat, leather patches, opens the door and says, let's see, what do we have? Mavis? Did you come in?
It's Maeve, but okay.
Maeve, oh, excuse me. Well, you can see that he looks concerned. He seems like your impression of the man is he seems like an older grandfatherly like figure, and he motions you in. You can have a seat. There's a very, very comfortable looking chair there. There's a table. He sits down. There's a desk with a chair behind it, but there's also a chair that's right across from you, and he takes the chair that's right across from you. So, thank you for coming. What can I do for you? Also, thank you, Epic Fables, for the donation, guys.
Yep. And, yep, we'll deal with that shortly.
And he says suddenly out of nowhere, thank you, Epic Fables, for the donation, guys. I don't know why I said that. He says, I'm terribly sorry. That was weird.
Well, a lot of weird stuff has happened to me recently. And I've
Tell me about it.
I was going through a bunch of my old boxes when I was moving back into my apartment, and I found this object, and it was weird. It looked like a dollar store object, and made Wiley. And then I picked it up, and I haven't been able to get rid of it since, and it does weird things to my brain. It makes me see things that I don't want to see, and that's pretty stressful for me.
How does it make you feel?
Well, it's almost like it's speaking to me, asking me to do awful things in the name of power. So.
And sorry, tell me a little bit more about the things that it is telling you to do.
Well, anytime I see something that looks like it has more power than me, it's like it almost asks me to defeat them. Like I've had these thoughts of like taking down people, like even these people that I just met, knowing that they have more power than me. It would just, it's like it wants me to be the strongest, or wants to be the strongest.
And let me ask you this. By the way, you've come to the right place. You are not alone in your feelings like this. there are things beyond this world we just can't possibly understand. But I have met many like you, or who are walking the same path that you are now walking. But let me ask you this. And he pauses for just a moment. Do you feel that? Are you sure that these feelings are not coming from within you?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I have no desire to hurt others. I spend my whole life.
Of course not. Of course not. You seem like a very good person. No. I don't mean to interrupt. Please continue.
No, that's just.
Yeah.
I feel like I've spent my whole life being a good person and trying to make everyone around me happy. So I don't think I would desire to hurt or be stronger than everyone.
You know, sometimes we often feel like there is another being within us that is not us, but is perhaps trying to gain control of us. Have you ever felt like that?
Why do I feel like he's trying to make me feel bad?
Oh, he's definitely setting you up.
He's trying to make me feel bad, right?
No, please. I think I can see on your face. Look. Let me tell you, please. Let me tell you a little bit about me. This has been my area of research for decades. I have been researching these phenomena for my entire career, seeking to find answers. And sometimes there are struggles in us all, and it is completely understandable. You should feel no shame or fear or any sort of discomfort being here. I want you to feel as open as you can. There is absolutely nothing for you to be ashamed of.
I don't feel shame. I just want to be
Of
normal
course
again.
Right.
I don't
Oh
know.
yes, yeah. Let me ask you this in a different way. Do you think that what is making you feel less than normal is a different person within you?
I mean, that could be the case, yes. I guess I hadn't really thought about it like that.
How would that make you feel if it is another person within you?
Not very good, obviously.
Yeah. A dark person within you. He pauses for a second with this sort of like you almost see the light kind of darken a little bit in the room, but then it brightens up in a second. You know, like the struggles we all face. It's almost like the time slowed for a second and then went back up to speed. Dark person. You know, like the challenges we all face. You know, we often personify our worst fears. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And there's no shame in it, of course. As dark as it may be.
You're right. There is no shame in it.
Yeah.
So
what are you...
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. No. Good. More important. I want to see what you say first.
What do you think you would do to eliminate these problems, you know, that have been brought upon you by no fault of your own, you know, just to be free of these burdens?
Maybe I could, if I get rid of the wand, right? If I get sorry, not the wand. If I get rid of the object, maybe then the curse will be broken and I can be a normal person again.
Do you think in getting rid of the object, do you fear that you might be getting rid of a part of yourself? Just kind of discarding the negative parts of our personality like we all do. We all try to better ourselves, right? That's sort of what you would want to do.
I guess that, yeah, could be getting rid of a part of myself, but it's not a part of myself that I really want to look into, so...
If you couldn't get rid of this part of yourself, what do you think it might... And I don't know if you notice or not, but he has stopped. He's not allowing you to consider the idea that this wand is not a part of you. He keeps underscoring the idea that, like, this is you. It's you. It's you. It's you.
I know. I can feel it. Yeah, I got it.
What do you think? I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No.
I'm listening.
I just feel like, it is an outside influence, even if it is bringing out the worst in me. This object is cursed. I touched it, and now I have these dark thoughts. So I feel like correlation, it could be bringing out the worst in my personality, but I don't think that wouldn't mean that I don't. Why would I want to keep that around?
What do you what is the worst thing that it's making you do? Could make you do?
I'm afraid that it might make me kill someone someday. I hate that.
Oh, it looks like we're out of time. Thank you for I think we've made a lot of progress here. I've taken some notes, and if you'll talk to my secretary on the way out, perhaps we can schedule another appointment. I think I have a lot of faith, that we can work through this together. And I thank you for coming by. I'm very optimistic. And he points you to the door, opens it up. We'll see you next week.
Professor Tennant, if you don't mind me asking, are you cursed in any way to see the supernatural world?
Okay.
Oh.
Why don't you roll? Well, hold on a second. Roll investigate, but let me caution you. Let me caution you that the professor has a custom move, which is when you investigate the professor by asking him questions, he first gives you self-doubt 2. So if you want to continue the investigation, you're going to have to take self-doubt 2. And so in response to your question, he says, where does this need to know come from, do you think?
It's just general curiosity. I mean, it's nice to know that there are other people going through what you're going through as well.
All right. Well, take either take self-doubt 2 and roll investigate, or you can kind of walk. You can slink away.
Oh, how good am I going to be at investigating? Hold on. Let me see if it's even working.
Okay.
You do have a +1 chat dice. Thank you, by the way. I didn't want to interrupt the entire scene, but yes, that chat dice was going to you.
Oh yeah, isn't Maeve Wiley the one from, or maybe Wavy? Oh, it's maybe Wavy.
Yeah,
I thought
maybe
Maeve Wiley. I was like, Maeve Wiley is a character from Sex Education. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just do it.
Okay. All right.
So from my personality, I am a good judge of character. I am through like learning poetry and like figuring out how to touch the hearts of others. I am socially perceptive, and I have an eye for detail, so I can see things. I see things that most people don't about folks.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
Okay, so how many was that?
That's 3, and then it's gonna be
Plus the
probably
chat.
Yeah.
Plus,
I would say use it.
Okay,
but-
I'll just use it. Yeah. Then
Right,
that's
and
plus
then
4.
subtract 2 for self doubt.
Minus
I
2,
forget as
so
well,
that's
so that's probably a
+2.
good idea.
Huh?
So we might forget as well, so it's probably a good idea to use
Yeah.
it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna investigate. So. Whoa!
Oh, there you go. Okay, you have 2
Yay.
questions.
Shoot. Okay, now I don't know.
Well, you've got one.
Yeah. What is he? Is he like me? Is he like a rift?
No.
Okay, so he's it.
Okay. He's not a rift, but he's not a sleeper
Okay, he's something else. Okay.
in a sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Was he trying to, like, I know that we already know this, but like I'm just trying to, like, for Maeve's sake, clarify. Like, was he trying to make me feel worse than when I came in? Was he trying to, like, amplify, like, my pain, I guess?
All right. So I need to give you a straight answer or a
Or
solid
a solid
lead.
lead?
Yeah, and I want to give. It's so early just to give you a straight answer, but I can't think of a good lead that would work. So I'm just gonna yes, yeah. He was using a technique that is directed to make you hate yourself and these powers.
Cool. I mean, we kind of already figured that, but I just wanted to, like.
Yeah, but you didn't
ask.
know for sure. I mean, that was worthwhile, and I didn't even want to answer it because it's so early. But I will give that one to you.
But it's confirming the amazing role playing that you were doing there, Bolly.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Amen.
Paul, you did great. Paul,
Yeah.
you freaked me out. I'm sitting here, like, I have to go to therapy on Monday, and I'm like, whoa, I don't want to go to therapy.
Oh no.
I thought the voice you doing was you slowing it down at first. I never realized there were darker undertones. I was like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
This in combination with what happened to Ellie. Ooh.
If you do need mental health, go seek mental health. Therapy is not like that. This
No,
is
no,
portraying
no.
an evil situation. Go check out your helplines or wherever you are. Do that.
This is not like that. Yeah, this is
This is fictional villains. Go see
dark
therapy.
demon.
Mental health is a thing. It's important.
But yeah,
Alright.
I think I'll head back to the science. I'll, like, text them and be like, I'm on my way back to the science room. I think. And then I go, no, I am on my way back to the science room.
I think, okay, I'm slightly worried about the I think part, but she seems okay. I guess it went okay.
Maybe. Or that could be the distress note. Is there anything is there any spelling that's wrong? Is there any?
No.
Are you sure?
She included a weird face. I think that's just her sending an emoji, though.
Maybe that's the
Maybe
distress
doesn't
signal.
Maeve doesn't send emojis.
So you
Maybe
read,
that is the signal.
so you meet back on Science Room M just right after. It's only an hour later. It's still, now it's starting, the sun's starting to set a little bit, but it's, the sun's still up. It's the, early evening. And are you back in Science Room M together now, or are you meeting some other place?
I know at Science Room M, Penny, can I say Polly? Penny paid for some pizza.
Only penny people.
All right, well, there you go. Yeah, you are enjoying pizza there, shaken. And let me tell you this, Mavis, you've had a little bit of time to process what's happened. And so you have self-doubt too, but you also are now going to take bad feeling 1. That is a custom move, dark thoughts. When you've had the time to consider everything you've talked to with a therapist, you take bad feeling 1 or self-doubt when you already have self-doubt too. So you'll take bad feeling 1.
I've got a bad feeling about this reference.
Yeah.
Insert here.
So, dark thoughts for the goth. Wow. How original.
Perfect, yeah.
I'm also the person with no like self-worth as well, so this is great.
It sort of fits.
I should have
Perfect
used my
investigation.
No, because I didn't use any of those tags. But if I had used my tags for my defining event, I would have used my not worthy of love tag, because trying to figure out therapy, I'm definitely not.
Oh, I should have invoked that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It was on it wasn't on a theme book that I used. So.
So how did it go? What what happened? Like,
yes, tell us
that's
everything.
so brave of you to go do that, like by yourself, and you didn't even have armor on or anything.
I saved you some raspberry sorbet. I hope you like it.
Thank you. So the self-doubt, is it like I'm doubting myself, or like I'm doubting my way of thinking, or just doubt in general?
I mean, it arose out of the interaction. So now you have been blaming the wand, but now you're like, shit, maybe I'm like a bad person, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's something wrong with me.
Well, I was pretty sure that he was trying to convince me that I was a terrible person. I think in some way he did, even though I was trying not to be convinced of it. But I'm pretty sure he did convince me of that. But he's
how can
also
you be
not
a terrible person?
It's fine, but I think the main thing is that he's not like you guys. Us. It really hurts.
Oh yeah! Whoa! Hey.
Yeah, I can see the therapy's already paying off.
Us. Not like.
Sorry to throw up in my mouth a little bit for a second there when I said that. Yeah.
But he's not like a normal person either. Like the people that can't see stuff, he's not like them either. He's something different from just the way that I interacted with him.
Did you get the feeling that he would have acted this way around like all of his patients, like maybe with Ellie as well? Like, I mean, that's the reason why she looked so awful and felt so awful.
His room was so sad. Like you could just, the vibes were off.
Like dead babies sad, or like dead flowers sad?
Yes. Does he always talk like this?
Yes, but trust me, heroic soul, deep down.
Like when you lose a game, or when you miss the touchdown, like which?
I don't really play sports, so I don't know.
Like, imagine if you were like you missed a touchdown and your coach berated you like crazy because of that, and it was because of a fumble. It wasn't even your fault. Like, so the rain fell down or something like that, and someone berated you constantly for that and wouldn't shut up about it. That would annoy you, right?
But not like losing the game and everybody doing that.
Yeah, just the one guy directed straight at you with no one else there.
So not that bad.
Well, I'm so sorry. He must have made you feel terrible, and that was very, very brave of you going into that situation by yourself.
Yeah, and again, no body armor. That's awesome.
True. So these therapists are clearly up to no good. They're making you feel bad for being who you are. It seems like Ellie, who was obviously in a very vulnerable situation, she just lost her wife, was, just discovered these powers about herself, and she was instantly turned into this aspect as well. I think it's pretty clear that they are targeting people like us.
Right.
I'm gonna get you used to this one way or the other. Please keep eating the raspberry sorbet, or let me know what your favorite flavor is so I can make it later.
do we need to do like a support group thing?
Maybe we can create a competitive therapy session.
Team bonding. Oh wait, no, most of that won't work because it's mostly guy stuff. I have to think of something else. I mean, we do team bonding with the team, like with the football stuff, but it's mostly male orientated, so I just don't think we can do that type. But I'm sure you'll find something.
I think we should find out who this
Spa day? Is that how it works?
Spa days are great, and we should totally go on one. But I think let's find out who this guy works for. Who did you see Selma Perrin when you were there? Was that a different place?
No.
Oh.
I saw Tenet.
And Maximilian.
Yes, I think.
Yes. I think we should find out who they do work with. Maybe there's like a organization that they work with, or maybe they are working by themselves. But either way, I think we need to know who they're doing these psychological tests on, and maybe we can investigate further from there. Like find out other victims that they've made feel awful, just like they tried to make you feel awful.
So we're stakeout?
Yeah, I think we should start with the university personally and see if they have any flyers or any students here they do work with and go from there, because that's really easy for us to find out. We can be concerned students.
Well, you can be a concerned student doing an article.
Exactly.
And then they'll attack you. And then we can defend you.
I hope not. I don't want to be attacked again. It hurts a lot. But, by the way, that was the first time when I've been... Do you?
Yeah. You just get numb to the pain after a while.
That.
Yeah, you've been hit by a car too?
No, maybe emotionally, yes.
As if on the wind, you hear... Is that screams coming out the through the windows?
There's not more thunder, is there?
There's light drizzle, a slight roll of thunder, but is that you hear screams? That would be weird.
Goes into locker, pulls out sword off shotgun, puts sword off shotgun on hip. It's just in case. Okay, I don't have very strong powers.
Are you allowed to keep that on campus?
You look
Absolutely
out.
not.
Is there anybody that's going to go to the window and look out the window?
Yeah,
I will.
I'll look at
I'm
that.
stupid.
All right, you see...
After I arm myself, yes.
You look out the window and you do see indeed they're screaming. There's students running from you're across the way, not too far from the college bookstore. There's a bookstore over there. You know, you've gone there plenty of times. It's overpriced garbage, and you don't usually buy it from there. But you know, they have good T-shirts. I guess you know you buy two get one free. But in this moment, you see students and I guess some staff running out the front door. They look like they're covered in something.
Gross.
Yeah, I was like, explain? Can we roll?
You're a little bit
Maybe.
further, you know, what are you going to do?
Well,
Take
it's been
the
broken once,
camera,
let's jump through the
take
window.
the camera, zoom in. Before we do anything.
Well, it looks like they're covered in some sort of gray-brown mud.
Oh. Looks like we're being attacked by mudmen. Oh, the spa day. The spa day came to us. Oh, no. It's a mud path.
Is that a thing? If we say things a lot, does it just happen?
I hope not.
You're a safe distance from whatever's happening. You know, you could get involved. You could decide not to get involved. But there's
no choice there.
Probably go help.
Yeah. You say there's two choices, but I don't see a choice there. I break the window because they've been broken once. Jump out the window and start running towards.
Okay, you know, for those of you who may not want to break the window, you actually know how to. I mean, you've been there many times. You know how to make it out of the building where you're in right now, and you could run through the hallways and get there, or you could just follow Chuck out the broken window. Chuck, you're the first to arrive on the scene, by the way, and you see people covered in mud, just like I said before. and you can, and as you look, you see the big glass doors have shattered. Mud is kind of being flung out, and you can kind of see cracks appearing on the side of the building as if it's sort of being bowed out a little bit. Very, very strange for a bookstore to be doing that.
And that seems to be, well, if the side of the building is bowing out, well, there's only one thing left to do.
Somebody yells, by the way, I think the sewer line's busted or something.
Well, that's the stupid thing for me to do, because I'm going to do it anyway still. Tackle the building.
Yeah, and at the moment it was bone, you're going to put it back into place, aren't you? You're going to try and crunch it.
As only the jock can do.
Is your friend helping this situation, I wonder?
Oh, it's got to be teamwork in this situation.
How are you going to tackle the building? Explain to me how you're going to do this.
As stupidly as it sounds, there's nothing more than, there's nothing sensible to this. It's as stupid as it sounds.
Okay,
I'm just running and tackling the building.
Okay. All right. Can I tell you this? I don't know what this is going to accomplish.
Nothing.
So you almost don't even need to roll.
Nothing.
Okay, so here's what happens. You run and you try to tackle the building. Boom, and you sort of you run into the wall and you basically bounce right off and you get a little bit dirty and you realize that the wall is being bowed out because there is something large pushing it from the inside.
Push it back.
Way bigger than you.
There's two of us.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Penny? How did you? Are you trying to get there the long way, or are you running through the broken window?
Oh no, I go down the stairs and exit out the exit door. I don't want to cut myself on the things. I just, got myself out of the hospital. So I think I would try and find a hose. There's got to be some on campus for, safety reasons, all sorts of things. So try and find a hose and try and just gather people together, just spray them down, get whatever muck is off them, and see if the water does anything. At the same time, if possible, I'd like to take a picture of the building because we can see it from the outside, right?
Okay, you quickly take a picture of the building. You can give yourself that. But also, if you want to try to find a hose, you can roll change the game.
Yeah, sounds good. Would tracking be appropriate for trying to track down a hose, like where they're most likely stored?
Sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only one. There's a few, but I'm not going to go crazy on that. Just going to go with power one.
Okay.
There's a good.
You did it. Okay, you find a hose and you start spraying. All right, I'll get
over here. Get it off you. Come on.
Okay, and I'll tell you this: as you spray things off, you notice that from your rift senses, from your rift spidey senses, you notice that there's a lot of mud that is just regular mud, but there's other mud that looks mysterious mud.
Gross mud.
Like the mud, like they're wiping themselves down, but they don't wipe off this mud because they can't even see it, so it's still like on them. So spray them in the head and it comes off.
That's right, and you think this is no sewer accident. That's a sleeper talk. Okay, and now we go to Mavis. What are you doing? How do you get there? What do you do? Do you even do anything? Do you go home?
I mean, I go home and I drink a cup of tea.
Bubble tea?
Roll hit with all you got. No.
Green tea.
I want to try to maybe encase the building in a bubble. I know that's pretty crazy, but I'm YOLO, right?
What?
Go big or go home. First episode. Let's do it.
I like that. I like it. Tell me what happens. Okay, what do you intend to achieve with the building being encased by a bubble?
The intent is to contain the building from if this thing breaks it, the explosion will probably send the rubble flying. So I want to keep that together, but also contain the mud from spreading outside of the bubble.
Okay, so you want to create a bubble barrier, as it were.
Yeah, basically,
Yes.
yeah. Just
All right, that sounds like change the game.
Is
Okay.
Chuck inside or outside of the bubble barrier, considering he's tackling
I don't
the
know.
building?
We'll figure that out later. Roll first.
It's probably
Yeah.
inside the bubble barrier. Yeah, so I'm gonna just do bubble magic and protective bubble barrier because those are the only two that I have that can do.
Sounds
things like
good.
that.
Sounds good.
Um,
And you'll probably need to, in case you want to make this bubble ongoing, you probably have to roll a great success, because otherwise it's
Yeah.
just going to work for
Could I just burn protective bubble wrap?
Yes, you
Okay.
can.
Cool.
Can I give her a help point as well?
And I
by-
won't. And I'm going to be extra nice. I'm not going to charge you with any statuses there.
Ooh.
Okay. I have a lot of statuses.
I'd like to give a help point as well, if possible.
Because you're burning a tag, and I want to encourage that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, I'm not gonna roll anything good with a -3, so I'm just gonna burn it.
They don't stack, by the way. You would just pick the highest negative status, so it would be -2.
And there's a help point coming from Penny as well, if you missed it.
Okay, but you don't need it if you're going to burn a tag for a hit. Without I'm going to make you the deal. If you burn a tag for a hit, I'm not going to charge you with statuses. I'll give you
Yeah.
a 10 plus with
Burn
the
the tag.
power 2 or the power 3 you'll get, from burning the tag.
Okay.
For an automatic success. You can do that with. Oh, you just did it. You just did
Yeah.
it, I think. Oh no, that was Penny
Oh.
that did it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll with.
You can click burn tag for a hit on there somewhere.
burn a tag for a hit. Oh, okay, and then I just
That's
roll
dope.
it. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Change the game.
There you go. Perfect. Okay. How would you like to spend your 3 juice? Bubble.
Okay, so I'm gonna create the story tag protective bubble barrier.
Okay.
I'm going to
Make it ongoing.
make it ongoing, and then do I have to scale it up, or is it already scaled up?
Yeah, you probably, if you're gonna do a whole building, you
I'll
probably
scale it
need
up
to
then.
scale it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
otherwise
those are
it
my
wouldn't-
3.
okay. So good. That's nice. All right, you did. Okay, and also a bubble. Now, are people that are running out of the building, are they gonna run into the bubble? They're gonna- Students
Yeah.
are running, like
I mean,
Let's-
they're pretty durable, so I think, yeah, I definitely didn't think about that.
let's just say, in fairness, students can leave the bubble.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what do you know what? We'll play to find that out. So go ahead. Say it.
Whatever's more fun happens.
Okay. All right. Okay. Back to Chuck. All right, Chuck, you see you're inside the bubble. There's students running out at this moment. We don't know what's gonna happen if they get to the bubble place.
Chuck,
I didn't even think about that until I described it.
so Chuck's like starts seeing like the bubble form around and starts. He sees the problem. He sees bubble, and people can't flee. So instead of attacking the bubble, he goes over to like the front doors of the where they're leaving, and tries to break off the 2 doors and try to like make like a little tunnel, like the 2 doors to the building, and I'll put one on one side, one on the other, and just have that little hole for them to crawl under to flee, to where the bubble comes over and hits it. So the bubble doesn't
Okay.
stop that little
Nice.
tunnel that he makes with the doors.
Okay. Roll change game. You can make escape hatch or something like that. Nice. I like it.
Something
I like it. I
yeah.
like it. Okay.
Good.
And
So,
in the meantime, you hear, and you see like mud just flowing out.
he's actually using
I
smart.
don't know what that was. That must have been the sewer system
I've got
going.
no idea. So I'm using Coach's playbook because he's using smarts. He's using tactics here for once. His vicious monster is going to try to back him up with it, and he's using bigger the better because he's trying to rip off the doors to try to do this. And that's all I've got. And I've got a minus. I no longer care about personal property because I am ripping parts off the building. It was either that'll protect the quarterback, which it's the same. Yeah.
You are nervous though a little bit. You're
I am.
concerned. You're concerned. You're gonna have to reduce everything you have by 1.
Okay. So it gives me a whole of 1.
Oh, forget it. Don't charge that. Forget it. Just make it flat.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, no problem.
Gives me 2. Change the game. Let's do this. Let's roll a 2.
Okay, you did it. You're gonna create a temporary story tag, which will give. Well, okay, you have 2 juice. So tell me what you want to do. You tell me. You tell me.
I want to take a temporary story tag to get an exit for them.
Okay. All right.
And there's nothing else that I really need to do unless it's like the other juice to try to help get more people out. I don't like.
We'll scale it up so you can fit more people
Yeah,
out of
that's about the only thing I can think of.
Oh, you can't scale up the effect. Okay, hold on a second. Why don't you do this? Why don't you give yourself, or say exit story tag, and your second thing, you have a status. You can reduce you're relieved a little bit. I helped save the kid, so you can get rid of your status of concerned 1.
Yay!
I like to believe that just ripping the doors off and the physical,
Yeah.
is what actually relieved it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, yeah, it has to be connected. It's the same move, right? So it's got to be some way. All right. And while you do that, you see, okay, you see the kids start to get out. You know, they're able to make it through the bubble, and that does provide you some relief. But you hear in there, and you see like the mud come out again. You see a surge of mud, and it hits you a little bit, and you get a little bit dirty. What do you do, Penny?
I was probably just trying to form organized queues to get as many people out as possible. I don't really think there's much I could do other than just help people out. So I'm going to be focusing on that, trying to get everyone organized. Like, here's spray down queue, finding another hose, handing it to somebody else. Spray him down!
Okay,
Someone else has got a sweeper.
I'm going to give a status to the entire bookstore, cleared 1, just to describe the number of students that you've helped get out of there, and there is a certain number of students left based on the status spectrum that I won't tell you what the number is, but you have reached, you've gotten cleared 1 based on your actions thus far. But there's still students in there. You can hear them.
There's sewage all over me. I didn't pay tuition for this.
You paid tuition? Get a scholarship.
This is not worth it. Loan forgiveness now.
This is exactly what you paid for.
Learn a sports, get a scholarship. Nerds.
All right, Penny, you want to do anything else? I'm going to give you cleared 1 for the students that you've all saved before, but you haven't, you could do more.
I think I'm going to start looking for a fire extinguisher because there's mud, right? This mud looks weird.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is not full. It is. There's something wrong with this mud. Something wrong. Something not normal.
I'm going to see if this fire extinguisher does anything to this mud.
It doesn't
Freezing
seem
cold.
to be sewage, by the way. Okay, what
It's
would you like
clearly
to do?
mud.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and find a fire extinguisher if possible, and then I'm going to use it on the mud. So what we're trying to do is, in Penny's mind, is she's trying to see if anything super cold introduced into mud has any effect on this. Because if it does, then maybe something else that can be done.
Okay.
Near a science room, there are things we can do.
Sure. You can do whatever you want. You want to? Okay. So you want to find a fire extinguisher. So
Yep.
Here's what I'm going to do for you. You're going to have to do 2 rolls. You're going to have to change the game to get your fire extinguisher, and then you can roll some sort of attack type of roll.
Oh. Yes, I could do that. So we're going to find a fire extinguisher, which is going to be investigate, I'd imagine.
Change the game.
Change the game, Jim, sorry, thank you.
Because if you succeed, you'll just find it.
We've got tracking.
Remember, new people watching this show is that the players have the ability to drive the narrative through their rolling and narration. So if Penny wants a fire extinguisher, she may find one, but she's got to risk missing and causing me to go, causing the ability for me to potentially do something bad.
Oh, there are many things that can go wrong in this situation.
Well,
I'm going
what?
to have tracking as a power. I don't need to see any relevant weaknesses, unfortunately. I think just that one. We'll just do it like that. Great success.
Okay, you did it. Okay, so you found a fire extinguisher. And you're gonna start
Yep.
what? You're gonna start spraying. What are you gonna spray? Where are you? What are you gonna spray?
So I run to the corridor, look for the fire extinguisher that I passed on the way out, grab the fire extinguisher by smashing open the thing, and then running outside again. And then some of the mud that I sprayed on the floor with the hose, some of the weird looking mud, not like the normal whatever kind of mud, but the weird looking mud that no one else can really see. I'm going to spray it with a fire extinguisher as it does anything.
Okay, nothing happens. You spray it, nothing happens. I mean, it just clear out a little bit.
So the ground beneath it is touched, but everything else, the mud itself is fine. It's completely untouched.
Well, the
Like, does it even
mystical mud-
connect?
Okay, you don't do anything to the mystical mud. You just clean out the not mystical mud.
Fantastic. That is good to know. Thank you very much. That's
What would you like to do now? I'm going to give you,
Oh.
because I didn't let you roll. What are you going to do? The building goes out a little further. You can see mud coming. Okay, now you can see mud kind of coming out of the crack in the building. It's like,
Call 911.
and you hear students screaming. They might be drowning in there now.
I guess just ask the people that are already outside if there's anyone else inside at the moment. Do they
It's full of
know?
students. You see, like a student running out full of mud, and they fall flat right in front of you. What are you gonna do? Wait, did Chuck go? Whose turn is it? Who wants to go now? Who wants to go now? Who wants to go now?
My turn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, Mavis. What are you gonna do? The student falls at your feet. Mud.
I'm continuing. Did
with
any
a,
of the
you know,
mud
yeah.
get on me when the student fell?
My
upon me?
homework is all muddy. There you go.
I kind of just like step over the student that just fell on my feet in mud. I'm kind of grossed out a little bit. This is a nice outfit that I'm wearing. I'm not feeling it. But I am containing this in the bubble, so I guess I don't know what I can do more. I mean, like, I could run in there, but that's kind of gross. Like,
The doors are you could easily go in, and you hear in there. You hear
Yeah.
some weird voice. I don't know. The sewer is making weird noises, apparently.
I guess is Penny. Like, Penny, are you near me, or are you just kind of?
Oh yeah. So I'd
Okay.
imagine you're a bit closer. I ran back a few times. I've created lines of students trying to get everyone organized to make sure there's no
Yes.
panicking.
You see what I did? That's crazy.
Yeah, bubble power, girl. Woo!
Okay, now question: do we go in there?
I don't want to go in there, but we got to save these people. They can't even
can-
see it.
You can hear the sounds of cracking in the walls. At
They
some
can't
point,
even
this whole
see
thing
it.
is gonna collapse.
Okay, I'm gonna just like narrative wise, I just want to make like take my my jacket and like put it inside a bubble and just like so that it doesn't lay on the ground. It's a nice jacket. I'm like protect the jacket, and then I'm just gonna be like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna move in the building. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just run
Okay,
and
there you go. All right. So, are you just gonna run in the front door where the mud's coming out?
run. I mean, that's the only point of entrance. So.
You run in, you get full of mud. It's all over you, but it doesn't hurt. You're
We're
just
trying to get out, not in.
you can
There's
see it's
people in
already
there.
coming up to your knee. You can see, but you sort of you kind of wipe the mud or whatever it is gunk out of your eyes, and you can see up high up on the so it's a 2-floor bookstore, right? You have like stairs. You have you can see the remnants of bookshelves, but there is mud just falling like a waterfall from the second floor down to the first floor. There's students like getting, in various poses, trying to work their way toward the door. There's a student that boom falls from the second floor down in the mud to the first floor. But above it all you see a person who is going, and out of his mouth is he's just shooting what appears to be mysterious looking mud. And it is just in such a volume that it spreads, and that is the source of all of this. What do you do?
Can I declare a flashback at this point?
Sure.
I would like to give Maeve the pose so she can run in armed.
What do you want to do? Oh, the hose.
I would
yeah. Go ahead.
I would like to give Maeve the hose that's connected to the school's water supply, so she can walk in if she needs to, just blast high pressure water at all this mud.
Okay, you have the hose. What are you gonna do with the hose?
Oh no, frick. Maeve was kind of just like coming in here to get people out, so she's gonna kind of like hose down an area for people to like get out, like, you know, try to get like a clean floor space so people can run instead of having to crawl through and swim.
All right, you're gonna clear out a space of mud to hopefully get some students out. Meanwhile, I see you with that hose. I roll, go toe to toe.
Okay.
This is my bookstore now.
God,
Oh no, not pirate. We gotta do something else.
Not F50.
They're all pirates.
Not F150 either, please.
Even though it is literally mud, and I'm sure it's one of the best things for resisting mud-based
You know
tires.
the best way to make it out of mud. When you're trapped in mud, brother.
There's only one way out.
Yeah, there's only one way.
With a Ford F150.
You know what?
Not a
Oh,
sponsor,
that-
but Ford, if you want to sponsor us.
Seriously,
I
we'd be
want
the
to make
best
a Ford
at it.
F-150. That's what I want to do.
Okay, yeah, do that.
My
Okay,
little
I
Goblin
wanna
would
know,
drive it.
yeah.
To drive through the mud because it's the only way.
That's right. I want to summon into existence a Ford F-150, brother.
I just so happen to have a picture of a Ford F1.
Hey, nice.
So, how am I going to? So I'm just trying to clear this path. Am I trying to like avoid, like getting hit by this guy too, and like all the mud myself, or like what am I? Because it depends on how I'm using tags.
Yeah, I mean, well, so you're going toe to toe, right? So this guy is spewing out mud, but you want to save students. So like, you know, you're gonna roll go toe to toe, and if you want to spend some of your points, if you have, you could avoid his counterattack because he's gonna want to spew mud on you. He's gonna and I caution you, he's gonna blow it out of his nose, so it's gonna be close mud.
No.
So, you know, depending on how you play
Solidified.
that, yeah, it'll be a little bit green.
Okay. I don't know what I have to do that. I mean, if I'm trying to get students out, I would assume it's like it's.
You have hose. You have hose. That's one.
I have the
one.
hose. I have the one
yeah.
hose. Okay. I have from my struggle. I have unyielding hope in that things will get better. I don't know if that'll help, but I'm not hopeful right now, so probably not.
The psychological pressure of seeing a mud monster and all this crazy stuff happening after seeing a shrink who's declared you an evil to society and humanity probably would.
I'll give you that, but it'll just reduce self-doubt to 1. So you're still like, you know, rolling flat at this point, unless you can come up with other.
I can roll flat. I think I'm fine with just rolling flat.
Is there any way I can give you a help point narratively?
I mean, you did give me the hose, but I don't think that's a +1 already.
Take a help point. Take a help point.
Nice.
You know, because that'll count as it too. Yeah.
I feel Penny speaking to me. She's giving me the power. All right. Come on. Oh, stop. That worked. Nope. What just happened? Okay, do it now.
Oh, you did it! You got a mild success. Okay, so you can choose 1.
I managed to achieve my goal. I want to get students out, or like get a pathway made so that students can get out.
All right, so that's gonna actually be, in this case, it's gonna be very similar to like inflict a status, because they're already, you know, they're cleared once, and now they're gonna be cleared 2.
Okay, cleared 2.
Yeah. So you've got a bunch of other students out. There's still plenty in there though, but there's fewer. You saved lives today. But The mudslide guy sees you. Whoa! Now you are, boom, as you try to work your way through the mud, rises up to your knees, and you are, well, it's weighing you down now because mud splatters all over you and you are stuck in the mud. 3.
Ugh. Okay.
And you
Well,
feel gross.
I do feel gross.
But you can roll to face danger if you explain to me how you can avoid being stuck in the mud. 3.
Could put a bubble around myself. I could. I don't have protective bubble magic, but I could just put a regular bubble around myself and hope that it doesn't pop. That's all I got. That's all I got. I also
Still armed with a hose.
I'm armed with a hose.
Why don't you roll to face danger then? You can have
Okay.
a +1.
Okay, I do have I was gonna say with my struggle I do have going unnoticed, but that is not.
Oh,
enough.
good.
I'll
Yeah,
use
use it. Use it. Well, he does. He does. But I want to have mercy because you got a long way to go to defeat this.
No,
person.
I'm fine. I don't
Okay.
care. I'm gonna roll with 1 and then.
All right, roll 1.
Where is it? I'm rolling to take the risk, right?
No, you're facing
Face
danger.
danger. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, you did it! You take no status. Somehow you like,
The
yeah,
bubble did it.
yeah. Like the mud just bounces off, and it bounced onto some poor student. But they make it out anyway. They're just grosser.
Yeah.
Nice job. You take no status. We move on to now. We're running a little bit short on time here, so let's do one more move. Right? I don't know. Seem right to you? One more move from who? Chuck.
I haven't done
Yep,
anything for a
Chuck.
while, so yeah.
Yeah, Chuck. What are you gonna do, Chuck?
Well, it's time for the Bash brothers to go in. Come on, Goldie. Let's go tackle.
Goldie, huh? You named your friend after Goldie. All right, Chucky. Here we go.
I've mentioned G a few times, but yeah. No.
Sorry.
She's a troll.
She's my troll. But
Now
she
we can
trolls
be
me.
together forever.
Oh God.
Fair. Just
You got that
go
right.
in there and just like see the situation. Oh crap! You do it. You deal with them. I'm going to try to deal with and just go. Just run through the mud. Thankfully, Goldie taught me how to, or Sam taught me how to skate, so the slipperiness is not going to affect me as much.
That's right.
I am a specialist tackle. That's what I do best.
Okay.
I'm not blindly protecting the quarterback, so that's a penalty for me. I'm not protecting the people. So I'm saying that's a penalty for me.
Okay. Well, you don't. You never use power tags against yourself.
Well, that is a weakness tag.
Oh, it's a weakness tag.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you can do that.
Using Goldie to help back, like do like 2-man tackle, and I can ultimate fighter.
Okay.
So there's a few
Do it.
tags there,
Now, do you have any?
and 3 juice
No, you do not. 3 juice. What do you want to use your juice for?
for extra power on that tackle.
You can't do that. That
Well, that's
doesn't
right.
work that way. You have to. You can spend it to create a.
Why?
Some. How did you get the juice again?
I know it's got nothing to do with this anyway.
Okay.
The psychology books. I know where the psychology stack is, and no. Anyway,
Yeah.
throw the psychology books, like the entire 10 volume at the thing.
Emotional damage.
No. There's no juice, so it's just a straight up tackle. +3 is what I can do. Toe to toe.
Go toe to toe.
Let's do it.
It's
And
like
roll
a
them.
muddy day in football. Okay, so you did it. You got a mild success. You can choose one. Give a status. You can also block, dodge, or counter their best attempts, or you can manage to achieve your goal, which I don't know what that would be.
But I'm going to still counter their best attempts because they're still going to do it, not me. I will try to counter their best attempts.
You see the mud slide from the second floor to the first floor. You're inside the building now. Did you run inside?
Yeah.
All right. You see it. You see all this grossness, and you see students scrambling to get out of there. And okay, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I try to go in there with Goldie, and we try to do the tackle, but see that he's going to try to like shoot stuff out of his nose at me. So as we go in, like we get there and he shoots, and instead of tackling, I just get out the way and just like throw myself into the bookcases to try to avoid his attack on me instead.
Do it.
That's my
Okay,
Lucky's
so you're
best
gonna
attack.
try to give him a status of
No,
Are you gonna give him a status?
Um,
Or what are you
I-
gonna do?
Got you canceling the best attempt, I believe.
oh, that's what I got 3. I was only thinking of 1. Yes. Status of. No, actually, let's give him. Let's give him. Let's try to subdue.
You can only choose one, right? So you can either give him a status, or you can stop him from giving you a status.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's why I'm stopping him from giving me a status. That's why. I thought.
Okay, yeah. All right, good,
Yeah.
good. You did it. You did it.
That's what I
Okay. I'm sorry. I got confused.
So did I. I did.
Well, and the last thing he does is he sees you coming in instead of running out, and that infuriates him. But he's still the mud guy, right? So you can see mud shoot out the sides of his head too now. So it's coming out of his mouth and the sides of his head, and the building buckles just a little bit more. And we cut to black, and we do the last move of the game. Geek out during the credits. Hey, we'll be back next week. And so what we do when we geek out during the credits is, by the way, we'll be back with Mud Guy next time. It's not over. It's not over. It seems like it's over, but it's not over. What I will do is you will each, and this is your chance to think, you will answer only one of these questions, and you will tell us who you are and where we can find you. Who would like to go first? And also, I would like to, before I forget, at the beginning of every session, we have somebody do a voiceover monologue, and I'm going to assign it to a brand new player, Mavis.
Damn it. All right.
You don't have to be the one to. I don't want to like throw you
No,
in.
I'll do it.
All right, good.
I volunteer Mavis as well.
Mavis will lead off next session with a voiceover monologue. Now, who is ready to geek out during the credits first?
I will.
Time by
I will.
geeking out myself. Okay, Chuck.
I think the interactions that Mavis had with everybody was awesome. Not just me. Thank you for coming in and joining, and you put yourself in
thank you for
danger
playing.
as well, which is like, yeah, sure, I would want to do that, but go for it first session, and not just session, but first show on live. But I think I would like a help point to Mavis with the interactions that we had, and like wanting to help everybody, even though we were up in the van not being the helpers, I think was awesome. And you went, like, you trusted Chuck, who's not the person to trust. You really shouldn't when it comes to tactics and smarts. But yay.
Excellent. Good. Thank you, Chuck. Next up, we'll go with Penny. We'll give Mavis a little bit of extra time to think.
Well,
Penny-
for me, it's definitely going to be a very similar vein. It's been an absolute pleasure with you, Viv. I cannot wait for the next session. I feel like my character, Penny, and Mavis had some really great interactions. We got to know each other a lot and connect. So I feel like there's definitely the same thing. It's going to be the most meaningful interaction with your character this session, and that's definitely going to be with Mavis. My name is Paul. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I like to stream around because it's good fun seeing my compatriots on video and having a laugh. I'm on a lot of things. That's what I like to be. So, tune in, 7 p.m. CST somewhere. You'll probably see my dumb face.
All right, that's it. Okay, next. Mavis.
Yeah. So, cool. So I feel the same way. I really enjoyed playing with you guys. I was a little nervous, but I picked up on stuff pretty quick. I think it would be unfair of me to just give power tags or help or her point to either of you, because I feel like I even had meaningful interactions with Corvus, so I'm gonna advance the crew theme. If that's okay, just mark attention on it, because I feel like that was where
Cool.
Also, my name is Vivian. I don't do anything anymore, but I am on Instagram. It's _Oblivivian. If you don't know how to spell that, it's right here, underneath here. So I'm most social medias, that's my tag. So yay.
All right. Nice, cool. And me, I am Polly of Polly People. You can find me streaming quite often at twitch.tv/polypeople. That'll end the session. We will give it back to Karsh.
Hi! Thanks everyone for coming in. Thank you for all the follows, the redemptions and donations and whatnot. That's what we're here for. We're here to entertain. We're probably not the smartest group, or we play dumb, or at least that's me. But at least we play entertaining, and that's the main focus here on GoblinCaveTV. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a small little improv fantasy version of the top level or the top rule set of City of Mist. So we're taking just the bare bones City of Mist and doing it into a fantasy setting, just for a little bit of break and team bonding and cast bonding for a Guard's Tale. So that's going to be fun. We don't have Master Nyarlathotep on this week because we've just finished an arc and we're having a break, I believe. And also we're doing something similar. We're having a team meeting for Circus of the Broken Chain. That is coming back. That's getting ramped up, but it's been off for about 3 to 4 months. So we kind of need to discuss kind of how we're building back up from that. So that's going to be good fun, but it's going to be offline because we need to talk about private things and stuff like that and where we want the show to go and character development stuff as well. The background stuff, at least. So there's only going to be 2 shows this week, in theory. And they're both City Misty style, and they're both, you're in both of them. So thank you, everyone. All our stuff goes on YouTube at the end of the week. Saturday, Sunday, pretty much, for Australia. Friday, Saturday for everybody else. All our stuff's on YouTube, GoblinCaveTV. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. We're going to be raiding not a role-playing stream, but we're going to be raiding someone else. People might know the person. We're going to be raiding Mr. Light Producer, because on a rare occasion, he's actually doing his VR stuff. If you've played VR, Mr. Light Producer does a lot of VR, heavy streaming, and there's so much stuff he's got in these streams. So that's where we're raiding. And we're going to raid after things. So our emote stuff will be here. So that's about it. Bye, everybody, and thanks so much for joining. And again, thanks Oblivivian, kinda, for joining, and welcome to the community. Bye.
Bye.
Hurrah.